live! Sorry for the delay with that, I just had a little issue with setting up some things, a few technical difficulties. But we're here, we're finally live. Finally here at the final stream for this. Well, hopefully this will be the final stream. I'm hoping it will be. There might be another one after this if I can't get the whole thing edited today. I'm hoping I get the whole thing edited today, but it really depends. So yeah, this is the editing stream. This is the final step of the whole process. It has the potential to take the longest, but sometimes it could take the shortest, depending on the complexity of the video. This video is not going to be very complex. I'm expecting it to probably be about a 20-minute video, maybe a 15-minute video. I don't really know, so yeah, I don't know. Never going to believe what leaked figures. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I'm most interested in Cannonball and Filch. Filch especially. Filch is amazing. I am so excited for Filch. Yeah, Cannonball's also pretty good. It could have been a bit better, but it's a retool of, you know, Crankcase, so kind of makes sense. But yeah, this whole thing, just, it is what it is, pretty much. I'm just going to wait for this whole scrolling thing to happen, and we'll get to it. I'm also going to put myself on the fan first stream, in case anyone wants to stop by. I'll just pop myself in there. See if anyone really wants to drop by and join the whole thing. We'll see what it is. But yeah, basically, I guess I'll explain in just a moment. That'll just be how it is in a moment. But yeah, thanks for coming all today. And yes, Masterfire, I did hear about, Masterfire, I did hear about Rooster Teeth. To be honest, I don't have a lot of nostalgia for a lot of their recent, because their recent stuff has sort of fallen off as of late. I used to love them, but it's just not the same anymore. I don't know. Just, you know, kind of what it's not what I'm really feeling anymore. Oh well, it is what it is. Now hurry up with the Patreon scroll. I'm almost here. I want to show everyone how the editing works. The editing should work very well, but it is very difficult. This editing is very difficult. Come on. Almost there. Getting to the end of it. Getting to the older patrons. And I can get right to it. Yeah, the lockdown and the wave that's coming out, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Red vs. Blue hasn't really been great in several years. The Chorus Saga was really the last bastion of Red vs. Blue anyway, so if the whole thing has to finish, then the whole thing has to finish. It is what it is, you know, it's not ideal, but... thinking of getting Acoustic Wave. Yeah, Acoustic Wave's pretty good, it's just the cassettes that are complete dog shit. Is this the storage room? Yeah, this is a storage room. It's also a blow-high room. And it's been doing quite well. Wasn't what I was hoping it would be, but eventually I'll get my own place and we'll do it. Anyway, now that the patron stuff is out of the way, let us begin. Now, at this point, I'm afraid I'm going to have to turn off the music because I have to actually focus on this. There are ways to split the audio and stuff like that, but I'm going to need full focus on Premiere Pro here. So allow me to explain how I typically do things. Here. We can actually, yes, so you'll notice here, this is how I typically do things. I just have a setup with Premiere Pro. A lot of people use Vegas, a lot of people use, you know, other, you know, open source things. Premiere Pro does cost a lot because, you know, but I do put that on my taxes, so I do get a bit of money for that. The Patreon is really what helps pay for this, to be honest. The Patreon and the YouTube revenue. So yeah, most of that money just goes back into producing more videos. So at least when it comes to paying for the programs and everything, it's not too much out of pocket. But yeah, so step one, I suppose, we have dragging everything in. So I've currently got a bunch of thumbnail stuff here. Doesn't particularly matter. Why is Creative Cloud there? Why do they put that there? That is dumb. I'm going to have to actually edit the file and change that later because that is really stupid. That should not be there. That should not be there at all. So, but yes, you'll notice first thing we're going to do is get the script to work. This is the most tedious part of editing. Editing out all the flubs. Everybody has flubs, and they are very annoying. So first thing we need to do is actually create a script thing because we need to get this audio sounding better. So if you take a listen to the audio like so...
Certain characters always come back over and over. Count how many G1 Optimus Primes there are in your collection.
it sounds good, but it's not very punchy. So the first thing we have to do is just put some simple compression and limiting. Now, to someone who doesn't know how audio stuff works, that might sound a bit iffy, but trust me, it's what ends up working. Compression basically just, you've got this big waveform, and most of the stuff's only really happening in like the lower end here. What you'll have is transients, little split-second things that just go super up that are invisible to the naked ear, or, you know, you can't hear it, but the program picks it up, and that's where a lot of the peaks happen. So what we want to do is get rid of those transients and just keep the main part of the audio, and then bring the rest up. That's not going to do that. So yeah, what we're going to do is just bring it up, bring the whole thing up. But then, even when we bring the whole thing up, there's going to be peaking. That's where we have a limiter. A limiter cuts off, and it gets rid of all of those extra things. Yep, so basically what we're going to do here is add some things. Here we are. Just a moment. So here we go. I'm going to have to move down because you can't see it. So first thing we're going to do is go to the systems here. We go to this. You got all of this stuff. Gates only allow certain volumes to get through. Compressor is what we need. We need to do this. Bring it up to 10. Bring it up to 10 with the makeup. This is the threshold. So basically, I think it's how high things go. You want to cut off. And this is the makeup, how much you want to bring it up. And then this is where we bring this, the limiter. Usually -1 works. And there we go. So at this point, what we're going to do is basically take the script, and we just need the audio from that. But first, we're going to need the opening. Now, this opening might be a little bit different. We're just going to copy the opening stuff in. So what I tend to do is I use a lot of presets. I make things ahead of time, and I just redo it. So it's redo it, redo, redo, redo. If I've got something already, I can just drag and drop. It saves me so much time in the long run. That's why I have templates, lots and lots of templates. So what we do here is we have the intro.
Read the disclaimer on the other one, you bastard.
Brought to you by supporters who probably have better taste
And
than
you know how
this
it goes from
schmuck.
here. You know, the whole... Here we are. And that tends to be how it is. And that's it. There is going to be a bit of a difference with the Patreon thing. I am focused trying to make a new Patreon intro. This might not actually have the Patreon intro. I might actually have an intro saying that you can watch these live streams going over how the episode was produced, and say there'll be a link in the description. I might have that instead, but for now, we're just doing that. So now, we need a folder, which I'm going to call ZZZ completed. ZZZ, so that when you rearrange it, it's at the bottom, and completed because we don't need this anymore. We have the regular script here, but we just need the audio from that because that is a nested sequence. But there's a problem. There's no waveforms here. We can't actually see any of this shit. So what we're going to do is go to sequence and render audio. I have to do this every time I open the program. Premiere Pro does not save it, and it really frustrates me because this kind of thing, I have to wait for it to do it every time I open. If anyone has a better way to do this where I can actually save it so I don't have to do it every time I open it, that'd be great, but I've had no luck whatsoever. If there's like one thing I can change, I can just reopen and it's there every time I open it. But it is what it is. I just got to wait for this to open up. And you can see there's about, well, actually you can't see, but actually, no, yeah, you can. About here, you can see it's roughly 33 minutes of audio. That's going to be cut down to at least half of its original. So we just have to wait for this and we can get right to it. Yes, all is well. Just keep this going. And again, I'm sorry I can't put music here, but I do actually need to hear what I'm doing. There is another program that you can split things and here have music on, but then not be actually listening to it on this side. Might look into that, but I didn't really have time because it was just one stream on this whole thing. Maybe going forward I'll do this again, but in other streams, maybe some music behind the Fan First Friday stuff. But it is what it is. Doesn't really matter. Anywho. Let's take a look. Load up. There we go. So it automatically starts playing once it starts working. And now we are going to get this started. We're now going to start it. This is the most tedious part of the editing process. Editing out the flubs. It takes so long. It is so frustrating, and it is the most boring and the most tedious. Once you get into adding all the video and it all starts coming together, it gets pretty fun. But this part, this is the menial work that we really have to do. So, yeah, that's basically it.
When you hang around the fandom long enough, you certain...
Yeah, so all we have to do is this. So now we can bring that in, and now we can choose from one of the many music tracks. I have 2 music track folders here, the shorts and the normal. Honestly, I kind of use whatever for whatever, but normal stuff is usually a bit lower intensity, the short stuff is usually higher intensity. But it works fine. So what do I feel like putting here? Metro on Ice is kind of feeling to me, that works fine. Kirby, Forgotten Lands, Metro on Ice, that kind of works well. And now, let's test out the level. So let's start at -30, see if that's quiet enough.
Present. When you hang around the fandom long enough, you start to notice a few patterns.
Bit too quiet, let's try
certain characters
27.
always come back over and over.
Maybe 25.
Count how many G1 Optimus Prime.
Yeah, 25 works. Okay, 30 was a bit too much, 25 works well. There we are.
When you hang around the fandom long enough, you start to notice a few patterns.
And this is basically the gist of it. So we basically just do this.
Patterns. Certain characters...
Cut out the spaces, keep it nice and punchy, just cut out all the flubs, and this is going to be a very tedious project. I did kind of think about doing this before the stream, so I could just show the good stuff, and I might actually do that in the future for if I ever do another one of these, but, you know, at least showing some of how it's supposed to work is all good.
Characters always come back over and over. Count how many...
There we go. There we are.
Over and over. Count how many G1 Optimus Primes there are in your collection at present. No doubt it's more than one.
There we go.
Shows...
There we are.
It's more than one. Shows tend to get the same number of seasons, sort of like Gabe New...
And there we go. There's a flub, so we need to get rid of that.
Shows tend to get the same... Gabe New...
Yeah, so we just see that. So that's going to need to be cut, so...
One. Shows tend to get the same number of seasons. It's sort of like Gabe New...
And you'll notice that at this point, it...
Newell, only they...
And I have a flub, but I don't start the whole line again. What instead I do is
Gabe Newell...
I start from a peak section. So you'll notice here...
Of seasons. It's sort of like Gabe...
You start at the start of Gabe, and here we go.
Gabe...
And you just cut it in. And there we go.
Seasons. It's sort of like Gabe Newell, only they can't count to 4 instead.
There. So this is sort of something I picked up from the way YouTube poopers do it with sentence splicing. I tend to use it to cut back on a lot of the recording time. I just splice things together. I'm terrible at flubs, and restarting the whole thing from scratch is very, very frustrating. It's very annoying.
Unless it's Cyberverse.
Oh, that always happens. And here we go.
Instead, unless it's Cyberverse. Best show, watch it now. Best show, watch it now.
Okay, so at this point, we've got something that's going to benefit from a audio cutaway. So watch this. So we do this. Oh, no, don't cut that. Here we go.
Cyberverse. Best show,
cut over there.
watch it now. Yeah, that sounds a bit... And it's peaking, but it is... HasLab's all...
And you'll notice, yes, the audio does peak a lot there, but because of the way it's set up, it doesn't actually peak in the thing. It doesn't cause digital peaking. It just sounds really crushed, which kind of works for the sound of this, because what we're going to do here is we're going to go to sound effects, and we're going to add in some sound effects here. So this one requires a little duo I like to do, which is the piano slam, which will take quickly, and a little bit of a rumble underneath. So when I have good show, watch it now, this is what it sounds like.
Best show, watch it now.
Let's try that again.
Best show, watch it now.
And what's going to happen is it's going to zoom in and be all kind of dark and spooky. So yeah, that's how the kind of cutaway stuff happens. It just cuts away the audio, pop that in.
Ow.
Easy.
HasLab's always release, and people who can afford it but choose not to, on principle, always come back after the ship, back up.
Yep, so we've got another cut there.
Always come back. Always come back after the shipping date, asking if anyone still has any.
Yeah, I know it's pretty late in the on the American side of things. I do apologize for the time that I ran this stream, but I just had other things I had to deal with. It just wasn't feasible to do it earlier in the morning. Sorry about that, but it is what it is. Ooh, how did that happen? That's not good. Workspaces, reset to saved layout. There we go, back to normal. I hate it when that happens.
Has any. Not those who can't afford it, those who specifically want to send Hasbro a message.
There we go. And you can see why this is tedious.
Not those who can't afford it, those who specifically want to send Hasbro a message.
And there we go.
And of course, complaints come back over and over again.
So yeah, if you guys want to ask any questions while I'm doing this, I'm happy to answer them, just because this section is the most boring of the stream.
Hasbro a message. And of course, complaints come back over and over again. People complain about not getting the figures they want, or figures not being accurate, or
bring that in.
Again. People complain about not getting the figures they want, or figures not being accurate, or...
Oh yeah, England. Yeah, England probably is pretty bad too with that.
Accurate, or figures not being stocked in their region.
Okay, so there we go.
In their region. That last one is very much justified, but one complaint that I've never found... That last one is very much justified.
Okay, let's...
Complaint I've... But one...
Let's bring it over here just to make it a bit easier. 10 p.m. doing goods. Yeah. I have some Japanese work to finish after this, which I will proceed to do once the stream is over.
But one complaint I've found never has been is the criticism of Silver Studio Series cars.
So yeah, you can now see that the sound is much richer. It also sings a lot more above the audio, and I can just do it as I go. So yeah, it's much. It also makes the audio much more consistent. It doesn't go up and down in sound, in volume. Man, audio engineers, a lot of them hate the term volume, and they insist on using gain or stuff like that. When volume's fine. Volume's fine. What's up, Doc? I'm editing.
These cars. Due to the nature of vehicle licensing, many cars that end up in the film are silver, and consequently we end up with a metric fuck ton of... Consequently...
Okay, so this part here, we have a flub over it, around the fuck. So here's an interesting thing I can do if I have a flub around a swear word.
We end up with a metric fuck.
We censor the swear word as per normal. Let's actually close all of this so that I have easy access to the bleep. So the reason I bleep is simply due to the YouTube monetization. And I know a lot of people like either swear or don't, makes no sense. Nah, bleeps can be funny, plus monetization is important. And I mean, it's still there. I mean, whereas, see, I do actually swear very well. Hey, fan page, how you doing?
Oh.
This is the most tedious part of the process.
Boo!
Oh, I went to the other end of the audio.
Fuck.
Hello?
Hello there.
Hello there.
General Kenobi. Well,
General Kenobi.
pulls out a beer. The most tedious part of the video editing process, where I cut out all the flubs in the audio. But as you can see here, to anyone watching,
metric ton of toys.
Can't even hear it because the bleep gets it all gone.
Toys like this.
Oh, I didn't even realize you were live streaming.
Oh, yes, I am. Same as the last two times.
Well, it's a good thing I didn't say a bad word.
What? Like fuckwit?
Like nipple.
Lamau.
And every single time, without fail, people claim the... And every single...
Yeah, often you can tell when some of the things are done. You can see these two are the same waveform, so I can tell it's a flub there.
And...
Ooh. One thing I find very annoying is every time I press up or down, it goes to the other end of the waveform, and which is why I keep doing that whole thing stupidly.
And every single time, without fail, people claim they are the worst things since Slice to Make Toys Thrust.
How are things on your end, fan page?
I can hear you through the call, but I don't know if that's intentional or not.
I don't think it is intentional, but it's coming through regardless.
Oh, or do you mean just me in the general sense?
Ah, lol. I mean, the live stream was probably going to have a delay, so I will screen share so you can see exactly as I do it. There we go.
As social media.
Yeah, and these are the worst ones, so I have to go through.
As so
God, the flubs are just the worst.
thrust. As social media becomes more vitriolic, especially shitter with
Swears have to go.
That's why I usually have to do the audio in clips.
Yeah, now I do it all in one go and just cut it off.
Shitter with Muskrat's algorithms prioritizing
And at this point, it's just the same as always. Yeah, we've only done 1 minute and 20 seconds, and the stream's already been going for half an hour, so yeah, you can see how tedious this is.
Muskrat's algorithms prioritizing
Ooh, it's got a double thing.
algorithms prioritize
That sounds a bit better, getting a little bit of space between
toxicity
there.
over genuine cooperation. Mirage is, if you didn't know.
Hey, I'll be right back. I have to re-upload this video I did.
Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye!
Mirage has in cooperation. Mirage has experienced a heightened version of this anger.
Okay, and now I'm noticing that the audio here is cutting out. So now we're going to redo this. So now we're going to go there, and we're going to copy the rest of this here. So, actually, no. Actually, because that's got a cut there, what we can do instead is go back to the cut, drag it across, and just extend the audio wave there. And no one will be any the wiser. And now we can unsolo that so we can hear actually what we're doing. Legacy lockdown of his league? Yeah, he looks good. He looks about as good as I thought he would. Look, this might sound weird from a guy literally called DrLockdown. Lockdown's not one of my favorite characters. It was literally a name that just came to me randomly while I was running on the treadmill. My favorite character was a Death's Head and Shadow Striker and Windblade. Lockdown's not even top 20 favorite characters. He's cool, but it's just a name and just an icon. I could have picked any other name and any other icon. SS Wheeljack is alright, but the main line's better. Anywho.
Of this anger. Know it. If you didn't know any,
Yeah, you can tell that I can tell instantly that's going to be a flub, so let's cut that.
of this anger. If you didn't know any better, you'd assume that he was the worst Studio Series toy to ever exist. Well, you know what? Well, you know what?
Let's show off this.
I do know better. I'm tired of everyone shitting on my poor boy over here.
Yeah, so the second one's the right one according to the script. I flubbed there, so I redid that. So let's redo that, unless it's you.
I know at this...
Ah! I keep pressing up or down and it keeps going way elsewhere.
better. I'm tired of everyone
So what I do here, just to make it easier, is I just use the replace with clip function from source monitor, and the source monitor has the bleep sound effect here. So if we go here... Yep, so I just keep replacing the clips with that. That's another reason why I put the gain... the compression and everything in a separate sequence, and then import that sequence into everything else. Because if I then put the bleep on that, that bleep has the same compression and limiting put on it. So if I do that, then the bleep sounds very weird. The bleep is calibrated to sound exactly like that with everything already. So this is technically doesn't have anything on it. It's what's inside of it that has it on it. Do I actually think Mirage is good? Yes, I genuinely do. And this is a very positive review of Studio Series Mirage.
shitting on my poor boy here.
This is unironic. How's the editing? Also, what do you have? The Lazy Starscream looks great. Honestly, Wave 2 looks great, and I'm excited for pretty much all of it. Shard's the only one I'm kind of iffy on, but I might like it.
I know at this point, almost a full year after Rise of the Beasts premiere, but I know at
Here we go.
boy here. I know at this point, almost a full year after Rise of the Beasts premiered, not many people still care. Year after Rise of the Beasts premiered, not many people still care.
Okay, so it looks like I do need to actually do this. It looks like I do need to cut this audio. It looks like I do need to actually cut the audio a bit. So let's go back here. Here we are. So now we can copy that and bring it here. We need to turn off these side ones, otherwise it'll go in the wrong thing. We're trying to keep the top panel open for some sound effects later, so we'd have to turn off these so it doesn't paste in the wrong part. So, oh, nah, that sounds wrong. It's got a double peak, so let's try that. That sounds better, and just to be safe, let's put a slight crossfade on that so that no one can hear it. There we are. Can't even hear the difference. There we are. So now we can keep going and the music's fine. Opinions on Studio Series Mohawk. Yeah, Mohawk's fine. Mohawk's alright. It's a decent little core class figure. Could be better, could be worse. So...
But I love this little deluxe. And I want to take a minute...
Here we go.
Deluxe. And I just want to take a minute to appreciate how the designers were able to craft something this how the designers were able to
and then we go back to
designers were able to craft something this nifty in spite of the restrictions placed on them.
And then again, that's the YouTube poop style sentence things. You have disregarded the backpack kibble. God, I really want to have him back on a future video. That James is awesome.
Greetings, Cybertron.
Oh, there we go.
Placed on them. Greetings, Cybertronians. I'm DrLockdown, and today's diagnosis pertains to Studio Series.
I did actually review the model. It's not a model kit though. My version was pre-assembled. It's the Megatron and the Optimus Prime from Generation Toy. Yeah, Generation Toy Leaders set. Yeah, no. It's a full review, and I did it way ages ago. But they were released as model kits, but my versions that I bought was the standalone release. Yeah.
Studio Series, and today's diagnosis pertains to Studio Series 105 Mirage. Not Jazz, Mirage. Not Jazz, Mirage. This is Transformers. Name this.
Okay, here we go.
This is Transformers. Name.
Here we are.
Names get reused. This really shouldn't be a point of contention at this point. Wow.
And at that point, I realized that there was point twice in the script, so I went back to change it, and then...
This really shouldn't be something contentious at this point. Not everything has to be G1 accurate.
You can see how much ends up getting cut out due to errors. This might actually be a bit more than usual, just because I was explaining in the stream what was going on.
Used. This really shouldn't be something contentious at this point. Not everything has to be G1 accurate.
Okay, and then...
This toy often causes a...
Okay, now here we go. So now we can cut that in the middle. And this is where we're going to change the music because we're changing the segment. We're going from the introduction into the vehicle mode. No, yeah, you got the clear plastic. Yeah, the clear plastic might be a bit brittle, so I'm already good. Yeah, no, I'm not considering reviewing Missing Link Convoy because I never bought it. It doesn't seem like my kind of thing. I kind of just feel if I want to play with G1 Prime, I'll just play with G1 Prime. Adding articulation to it, well, then why not just make a Generations version, which is what Earthrise is. That's just me. Now, what do I feel like with the car mode? Something fairly positive, not something depressing. So definitely not Shin Megami Tensei Tokyo. That won't work at all. What do I feel like? I've just used Shavat from Xenogears in the last video. That's not good. Could do Sendai. Sendai'll work. Let's do Sendai. Fun. So yeah, these get manually claimed. It turns out all of that Persona music I did, it was getting manually claimed. So really it's the luck of the draw and it's very unlikely to happen. I think it was just a trigger happy copyright thing, and I'm not going to fight it because I can't be bothered. So we're going to bring that in, and we're going to bring this down to 30 again. I think this one might need to actually be a little bit quieter. Bring in this.
This toy often causes a form of whiplash when the community starts talking about it, but I guarantee it's nowhere. Here
we go. There we are.
but I guarantee it's nowhere near the whiplash of the designer's wiki page.
This is recording, isn't it? Yeah, I'm recording. Good. Just making sure. But yeah, no missing link Optimus. Also, I just feel it would be out of place because we know they're going to do Optimus Prime. Probably going to do like 2 others and then leave it at that. They're not making a full line out of this. There's just no point. What helps you decide what music to use with videos? Just whatever I kind of feel like at the time, whatever I feel works best. I just have a bunch of tracks I already have here. We go back to the bleep because we'll need that later. The only thing I think is, what's the music I've used recently? And can I avoid reusing music I've used recently? Because I don't like to double up on tracks. I like to keep it fresh and interesting. I've got a bunch of tracks and I just reuse them constantly. But it's all good.
Shuhei Umezu is a bit of a newer... Shuhei Umezu is a bit new... Shuhei Umezu is a bit new...
Jeez.
Shuhei Umezu...
How many of these are?
Shuhei Umezu is a bit newer to the... Shuhei...
Jesus, that's a lot of flubs. Holy fuck. It's not Shuhei Umezu that I had issues saying. It's a bit newer to the design team. Yeah, a bit newer to the design team is a bit hard to say.
Shuhei Umezu is a bit newer to the... Shuhei Umezu is a bit...
Oof, come on.
It was a bit newer to the Takara team than most peeps who work on mainline. Previously working on the Zoids line and jumping over around the Bumblebee movie. Previously working on the Zoids line and jumping over around the Bumblebee movie. He actually designed one of the best toys from that film, which I covered previously on this channel.
There we go.
He actually designed one of the best toys from that film, which I covered previously on this channel. He also tackled its exceptional retool in the pre-war line. He also tackled...
There we go.
He also tackled its exceptional retool in the pre-war line. And many other brilliant outings like Legacy.
Here we go.
Pre-war line, and many other brilliant outings
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty short video compared to a lot of the recent ones I've done. But these are the videos that really should be making up the channel anyway. I really shouldn't be doing massive ones.
Retool in the pre-war line, and many other brilliant outings like Legacy Volcanicus and Bitchcomer.
Do I censor bitch in that? I think it's funnier if I censor bitch in that.
Volcanicus and Bitch.
That's funnier. That's funnier. I don't know if I really have to. I don't know if... Yeah, but...
But then he's also done snooze fests like the recent Insecticons and also... But then he's also done snooze fests like the recent Insecticons and also... Oh dear God, why? Honestly, I thought the G.I. Joe team worked on this thing, but according to the wiki, this does have...
Now, for these parts, I don't have to film. These parts, usually I'll just drag and drop footage from the... I have a second hard drive that has all my backup footage on it. One small problem. I have 3 USB ports. One is for the mic. One is being used by the microphone. One is being used by my phone to do the camera. And one is being used by the hard drive for this. Is there a 4th one at the back there? Because if there is, that would be really good. I want to see. Is there a 4th one at the back there? Hang on, I do actually have a 4th one at the back there. I think I do. I might actually be able to do it, because I thought I might not be able to do the backup footage on stream, but I might actually be able to. That might actually be possible. That's really good. Is Classic Bumblebee really that good? I'd say he's pretty damn good.
But according to the wiki, this does have...
Here we go.
This does have Takara...
It's got a double peak, so let's put that a bit closer.
The wiki, this does have Takara assistance, so now I don't know what to think. Fortunately, when combined with the vehicle mode expertise of Sam Smith... No, not that Sam Smith. Fortunately, when combined with the vehicle mode expertise of Sam Smith...
At this point, I'm going to cut it out, and I'll come back to later to it. But I'm thinking of having a joke where it cuts away to the musician Sam Smith. Oh, well. Must go and sort out the presets. Make presets. Reuse stuff. Don't redo everything every single time. If you can do everything, like, the reason I have, though, you'll notice that those sound effects I have are actually in, they're actually timelines on themselves because they're marked down to the right level where they work here. So I don't have to muck around with the levels.
No, not that, Sam Smith. We get an absolutely killer.
Here we go.
Absolutely killer Porsche 911 mode. Killer Porsche 911 mode. 11 mode. Honestly, it's already really surprising they managed to get this vehicle. Honestly, it's already really surprising they managed to get this vehicle mode to begin with. Given Porsche's insistence on not being much like being associated with.
Here we go.
Given Porsche's insistence on not being associated with war toys. Guess much like Volkswagen, every company has a price, except Ferrari, who's currently Guess much like Volkswagen, every company has a price, except Ferrari, who's
I remember this one had a lot of them.
Currently in an arranged marriage with Mattel, just so they can get citizenship in the
Here we go, a lot of flubs here.
Who's currently in an we get an absolutely who's current.
That's a double peak where it sounds like where you can just hear that ever so slightly, and I don't really like that. Honestly surprised that Mirage's next review, I think, is far more than forgettable. I think it's actually really good, and I've been wanting to review him for God knows how long, but with the writer's strike I just couldn't at the time.
Ferrari, who's currently in an arranged marriage with Mattel, just so they can get citizenship. With Mattel, just so they can get citizenship in the clearance aisle at the reject shop.
There we go.
Just so they can get citizenship in the clearance aisle at the reject shop. Real talk, this is most likely why Mirage isn't in any way related to his G1 counterparts. Real
Here we go.
Real talk, this is most likely why Mirage isn't in any way related to his G1 There's a lot of counterparts to his G1
Okay, here's something interesting. When I was recording, I instinctively knew this.
Counterparts.
When I said counterparts, it sounded like counterparts. So what I did was I re-recorded it.
Counterparts.
Which sounds a lot more distinct, a lot more clear. That's why I redid that. And I find myself doing this a lot just because I want it to sound, you know, decisive. Like I know what the fuck I'm talking about, even if I don't really.
Counterparts. There's a lot of hypotheses on it, but honestly, I think it's there's a lot of hypotheses on it.
Here we go. How do you get used to hearing your own voice? Okay, it just happens with time, but there's a scientific reason why your voice sounds weird coming through this. Okay, so when you actually speak, if you actually pay attention, you're not just hearing the voice. You're hearing it, you're feeling it vibrate at the back of your neck and the back of your skull. So it sounds naturally deeper than what you're presenting, which is why when you hear it played back to you, a lot of those lower frequencies that you're hearing reverberates don't come through because that's what everyone else hears. That recording is how everyone else hears you. So when you hear your voice back, at first it does sound weird. At first it does sound very creepy and messed up. Eventually, you just have to get used to it in time. It's something that everyone has to get used to. But it's not a you thing. It's a scientific thing that happens to everyone. When I started making videos, I hated my voice. Everyone hates their voice when they start making videos. It's something it's not a mental block that individual people have. It is science. It is auditory science. Do you think New Age or Magic... Magic Square's making a Raiden at the moment. Like, they're literally making a Raiden right now. And yeah, it's under a different company though. They're called Yang Culture. It's an offshoot of Magic Square. They're doing it on a different thing. Yeah, Chris Carnegie, does take a bit of getting used to. Yeah, eventually you do get used to it though. It's just a matter of time.
Due to Porsche wanting creative control on the portrayal of the character. It's easier to slap an existing name. It's easier to slap car company.
That's a lot of flubs there. Yeah, now you see why this is so tedious. I just got to go through it. That's the only thing. Like, we're only just getting to the 3.5 minute mark now. And it's been, what, almost an hour of editing?
Character. It's easier to slap an existing name onto someone new than arguing back and forth with a car. Car.
Oh, fuck. Filch is going to be so good. Starseeker's Filch is going to be so fucking good.
The car company because they have unreasonably high demands with script changes. Though, given how flamboyantly gay Mirage is, I can't imagine the script requests were that unreasonable.
Okay, there we go.
So, given how flamboyantly gay Mirage is, I can't imagine the script requests were that unreasonable.
Okay, we're going to leave a break here because this is where we're going to put in the Rise of the Beasts Mirage. You've been inside of me joke here. That's what we're going to pop in there. We'll pop it in later, though, after the Transformers footage is done.
And then this is where you put, you've been inside. Of course, this sort of vehicle...
Yeah, usually I'll put that as a mental note in case I forget, but this time I remembered anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Of course, this sort of vehicle mode is right up Sam. Of course, this sort of vehicle mode is right up Smith's alley with a... Of course, this sort of vehicle...
Here we go, back we go. And now that we've got a cut here, we can actually hide our thing in here as well.
Of course, this sort of vehicle mode is right up Smith's alley with wonderful mechanical detail that never becomes overbearing compared to the main event. The silver finish.
How the fuck did I say all of that in one go? Like, that should have been 5, 6, 7 takes. How the fuck did I do that? How the fuck did I do that? It sucks when you think you sound like your mid-20s and then you hear yourself sound 13. That's most people. It's just it. The flubs are always annoying. Flubs, yeah, no. The flubs, everyone fucking hates flubs. Like, this seems like it's going to be at least half the length of it. Could be a third of the length. That's one of the biggest annoyances that Perspective End has on his videos as well. And you heard from T-Fan Page in here earlier. He has the exact same issues as well. Flubs fucking suck.
I love the way they've done the front, where they let the gunmetal-based plastic bleed through an actor's highlights. I love the way they've done the front, where they let the gunmetal-based plastic bleed through an actor's highlights. Some of the earlier Studio Series Deluxe cars used a lighter grey as the base plastic.
Here we go.
Some of the earlier Studio Series Deluxe cars used a lighter grey as the base plastic. Deluxe cars used a lighter grey as the base plastic. Series Deluxe.
Sentence mixing, like YouTube poop. They were pinchback.
Series Deluxe cars used a lighter grey as the base plastic. Which meant that wherever they couldn't put the silver, which meant that wherever they couldn't put the silver ended up being really bland and boring. It's always something I found annoying, even with my favorites in the line. It's always something I found annoying, even with my favorites in the line. But it's becoming less and less common these days between this and Sideways, who is also a brilliant figure you should grab at some point.
There we go.
Who is also a brilliant figure you should grab at some point. Because they use a dark gunmetal under the grey, they can just let it.
Gunmetal is the unsung hero of Transformers plastic colors. Just, using gunmetal instead of a light grey, it just always looks cooler. Port side swipe the year into... Oh, I don't know what that is. Yeah, here we go.
Because they use a dark gunmetal under the grey, they can just let it bleed through instead of wasting more paint. They can...
Ah, shit, not again. Here we are.
They can just let it bleed.
Here we go, that should cut it off well.
They can just let it bleed through instead of wasting more paint apps to pick out those extra details.
There is a bit of a double peak there, but I don't think it sounds too bad, so I'll just leave it at there. Any more gay Transformers? I mean, I just grabbed Toxitron Collection Grimlock, who is the pride flag, the Pan Pride flag with the pink and the blue and the yellow. Probably should have brought it down, but I forgot. But I mean, I already have the Blore High.
This allows them to do things such... This allows
Okay.
This allows them to do things such as outline their...
This is why, another reason why I have to render it. There's two other reasons why I have to render. One, I can see all the waveforms, so it makes editing so much easier. I mean, if I can't see the waveforms, editing is just a nightmare. The other reason is if you don't render the audio, after a certain amount of cuts, it just cuts out. The audio just cuts out until you put it in a new thing. That actually happened with a lot of my Nintendo Direct ones, and it was very frustrating.
This allows them to do things such as outline the
Armada Sideswipe is very possible, because they're doing a lot of Armada stuff at the moment.
headlights or properly define the air intakes. Least I... Again, think they're... Least I think they're air intakes. Again, not a car guy. Again, not a car guy. Would send you over to Lazy Eyebrow for greater clarification, but...
And now we're going to have another cutout. So we go back to the sound effects. Yeah, as I was saying with the sound effects, the reason these are inside their own separate sequences is because inside each of these sequences, there's a separate sound effect. And in the separate sound effect, they have their... Oh, it's hard to see here. I'll do that. They have their own data on how loud or quiet they need to be. So I can just go straight away, drag, just get the audio from that, and it's exactly the right level of sound I need to hear, so that it's exactly the right level, so I don't have to fuck around with the settings.
Damn.
See, done. I don't need to change the level of the audio to make it match that. With the music, you do it once, it's fine, but with so many sound effects, it just becomes so much easier to, just use settings, use presets. Make presets and use them over and over again. Yeah, I didn't realize that it was the pan flag until someone pointed it out on Twitter. So I'm like, shit. And it's on sale too.
I also love that they went to the trouble of including a tiny Autobot symbol. Damn. I also love that they... Damn.
Okay, that needs to be a bit punchy. It needs to be a bit faster.
Damn. I also love...
Yeah, that's a bit better. One thing is, with jokes, don't leave a bunch of dead space after, stuff. Keep it nice and punchy. That makes it seem professional. Like, if I have this, I'll show you beforehand. How does this sound?
But, damn. I also love that...
There's just that split second. Oh, no. It's a split second that just makes the joke not really as punchy. Now compare it to this.
But, damn. I also love that...
No time, it's just there, done, boom. Gets the message across. Much easier.
They went to the trouble of including a tiny Autobot symbol. One thing that constantly bugs me is that Studio Series toys...
Here we go.
One thing that constantly bugs me is that Studio Series toys keep ignoring the inclusion of bot and con symbols. Like, they're Transformers, right?
Here we are. Boom, boom, boom.
Like, they're Transformers, right? I get not having symbols makes sense from... I get not having symbols makes more...
Okay.
I get not having symbols makes more sense from a disguise perspective, but the symbols are iconic.
Review of SS86 Mirage, SS Mirage makes think you buy. He is actually really good. I don't really agree with the hate for him. People, really fucking hate him, but,
Don't forget iconic.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna actually, I'm actually going to go and, do this. I'm actually gonna add in the audio now just before I forget, because otherwise I'll just forget later. So, now, what we're gonna do is we're going to go to, let's see, where is it? Where do we find? Yeah! What the fuck is that? Yeah! What the fuck is that? I don't like that! Yeah! No! Be gone, horny VTubers! Yeah! I don't like that! Okay, so, what we're gonna look for is... Let's take a look. I don't know what these things are, but whatever. Didn't realize Snarky Puppy had an interview. I don't know where those search results come from, but who cares? Okay. Let's take a look. We're looking for, yes, Xenoblade Battle theme, but you won't forget it. This is what we're getting. This is what we're getting. Here's where we're going. Don't forget me! Don't forget me! Don't forget me! Don't forget me! I'm not going to sing the whole thing. I'm not going to sing the whole thing. But yes, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be downloading this. Now, you might be wondering, well, how do I download these things? Well, actually, it's really simple. So we're just going to copy the thing here. This is called Stature. It is an open source, really cool YouTube downloader, and it works on a bunch of other websites as well. It works on YouTube, works on Facebook. Yeah, it generally works pretty well. Anything it doesn't work on, you can always screen record in OBS if you really, really have to. But otherwise, yeah, you just punch that in. I've set it up to Mirage. I've changed it to WAV because that's one of the higher. That's one of the lossless compression qualities. So this is where you don't want compression. You want compression when you can control it and make the voice sound resonant. With this stuff, you want the original stuff. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, YouTube recommendation. Yeah, it's not just YouTube. Hentai is fucking everywhere these days, especially on Facebook. And I keep reporting the shit. Oh no, we don't have anything wrong with it. It's staying up. I can't even, most sites I can't even, I can't browse Twitter and Facebook in public anymore. They're just not appropriate. But there we go. It's done. So Stature is free and open source. You do have to download some stuff to get it to work. Once you set it up, works really, really well. So, yeah. What we basically do is we just go bada bing, bada boom. And there, it's done. Download it straight from YouTube, no problems. Where are we going to go? We're going to go from here. This will be a good part. Huh? Hang on. Where's the, Oh, where did the rest of it go? Let's try resetting the workspace. Maybe that's how they, Huh? Where's the, What the fuck? Hang on, if I put Mirage, put that there. Nah, that's not it. Where is it? Why isn't it showing the, where the fuck? Time rulers? No, well, we did that already. No, it was, audio time units. Transport controls. Go back to bleep and it's there. Where the fuck is the, opening and closing one? Why is that not there? That's weird. Why is that not showing up? A short explanation of how to download Stature. Not Stature, Stature. It's spelled Stacher. It's literally just on the subreddit. It's all there. Where the fuck is it? Audio track mixer, audio clip mixer. 1 second, I need to Google this. Premiere Pro source start and end. Did I press something wrong? Start and end. That's not it. Okay, let's perhaps just save and reopen. Let's save and reopen. That was just Discord logging off. Let's reopen this. Let's reopen the review file, see if that helps. Let's see how this works. Reopen that. See if this helps in any way, because that is very frustrating. Yay, reworked footage time. No, I can't do that. Well, I can't do any of the footage until the audio's done. Huh? Why does it say page? Now it's here. Why weren't they there earlier? They weren't fucking there earlier. Where did they go? What? I'm going back in the thing. Yeah, that shit was definitely missing earlier. What the fuck was that? That makes no goddamn sense. Okay, so yeah, this is one of the problems with Premiere Pro. It is jank as hell. And as I said, I have to render the audio previews every time I open it. Will I be disappointed if Starseeker's Lockdown is an actual grease retool? He just got leaked earlier today, and it's fine. Recent games I've played, I've been getting back into Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. I wanted to play that in full when it came out, but I just ran out of time, and now I'm getting back into it, and I'm having a lot of fun. There we go. Rendered. Play that for a second so it doesn't glitch out, and replay that. Now let's try this again. Let's try this again. Let us try this again. Where were we? Here we were.
On for...
Take me!
So here we go.
Forget them!
So now we do that, and we're going to bring this down less than we normally would with the music, because this is going to be a feature. Look, it's not corrupted audio. It's corrupted program. And reopening the program and closing it again is just weird. I've never come across that before. I've come across other issues, but never that. So let's try bringing it down to 15, because it is very loud.
Forget them!
There.
Don't forget them! Don't forget them! Don't forget them!
Nah, you can't hear anything with that.
Don't forget! Don't forget me!
That's going to be better. We can probably hear that a bit more. We can actually hear the songs there. Let's try.
Get them! Don't forget them!
There, just for a split second. And if anyone can actually do that... Wait, it's happened with you 4 times today. Jesus, is that like a new bug? That's weird. Well, it's back now. I can do it.
The metallic blue is also a real treat.
There we go. So we just have a quick cutaway gag.
Iconic.
Don't forget!
Maybe bring those in a bit so it's quicker.
Don't forget them!
The metallic blue is
There, just split second joke. It's going to be really funny.
also a real treat. I don't know if this is a full application or just some clear blue placed on the top.
How long until Vaughn's next appearance? I do have a plan for Vaughn to come back in full capacity, but I need to just make the video. It's hard. It's hard getting him to fit in, just, you know.
I don't know if this is a full application or just some clear blue placed on top.
Double peak, so we got to move that back so we get rid of that.
Clear blue placed on top to retain the shininess. But whatever method they used, this just looks lovely.
Here we go.
Whatever method they used, this just looks lovely. The blue continues around the side, though its inclusion is a bit limited. The blue continues around the side, though its inclusion is a bit limited. This makes sense, though. So although
Here we are.
this makes sense, though. It's accurate to the original car mode. So although more blue would be more striking, neither vehicle mode fans nor Porsche would be happy from this.
There we go.
With Porsche would be happy.
Yeah, with such sounded better there, so I went back and fixed it, so we need to find Porsche.
Fans nor Porsche.
So now we go there we go.
Fans nor Porsche would be happy with such. At least this frees up the budget to add orange headlights, which, fuck yes, these look wonderful.
Okay, time to bring back the bleep. Bring back the bleep. Bring back the mother flippin' duel, cause I got fools that I'd like to school with the Battle of Blaze, don't besmirch my mane. I don't know the rest of the lyrics.
At least this frees up the budget to add orange headlights, which...
There we go. Replace that clip. There we go.
Yes, these look wonderful. Yes, these look wonderful.
Sounds good.
Sadly, the hubcaps aren't painted, which is a real shame. Sadly, the hubcaps aren't painted, which is a real shame. But hey, at least they added tail lights. Completely in red.
Yay, we've been going for an hour and 10 minutes and we're finally at the 5-minute mark.
Lights completely in red. Combined with how clean the back looks, this vehicle mode gives off a real premium feel. Combined with how clean the back... Honestly, combined with how clean the back looks, this vehicle mode gives off a real premium feel. And honestly, I'd argue the clear plastic adds to that.
Here we go. Bring that in.
And honestly, I'd argue the clear plastic adds to that. It's not unpigmented like some of the earlier examples. It's not unpigmented like some of the earlier examples, which leads to a very cheap-looking vehicle mode, which leads to a very cheap-looking vehicle mode. They've also added a slight smoky dye to it, so it gives that clear look without making the thing seem like an Age of Extinction toy. They've also added...
What's going on here? Who's messaging? Ah, nothing, it's all good.
They've also added a slight smoky dye.
Back after looking at Starseeker leaks. Yeah, no. It does look almost exactly like the Hunt for the Decepticons one, and that's perfectly fine. I think it works really well.
Dye to it, so it gives that clear look without making the thing seem like an Age of Extinction toy. Age of Extinction, like an Age of Extinction.
Another one where at the end of this, it seems very, Age of Extinction toy. When it said Age of Extinction toy, something nice, punchy.
Age of Extinction toy. Yes, I mean that in a derogatory manner. Age of Extinction toy. Yes, I mean Age of Extinction.
Okay, I know the reason I redid that probably is because the pause sounds funnier.
An Age of Extinction toy.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Age of Extinction toy.
Let's splice these together.
Extinction toy.
This probably is going to be better. There we go.
Like an Age of Extinction toy. Yes, I mean that in a derogatory manner. I've honestly never understood the love for opaque windows.
Here we go. There we are.
I've honestly never understood the love for opaque windows. The black ones are fine, I guess, but people always go nuts for the Toon style.
There we are.
The black ones are fine, I guess, but people always go nuts for the Toon style, especially with that especially with that Selects 5-pack, and honestly, I just think it looks ugly. As such, I'm glad the live-action portion of Studio Series is retaining this at least.
There we go.
As such, I'm glad the live-action...
Oh yeah, Cannibal does look really good. The fake side doors don't look too bad. I mean, they were a bit egregious on the original.
Portion of Studio Series is retaining this at least. And I'm also glad this figure did them in a fairly decent way.
Yeah, I can tell these two here are flubs, so I'm just gonna... Yeah, I figured as much. After you do it for a while, you kind of get a sense of what looks like flubs and what doesn't in terms of waveforms. So you just kind of... It's all good. No problems there.
Is retaining this at least. And I'm also glad this figure did them in a fairly decent way. Going all the way to the back of the car with minimal panel interruption.
Here we go, and there we go.
Going all the way to the back of the car with minimal panel interruption. You have no idea how annoyed I get when they cheap out on the back windows and make it painted.
Here we go, and here we go.
You have no idea how annoyed I get when they cheap out on the back windows and make it painted in comparison to everything else. Windows and make it painted in comparison to everything else. It always looks jarring, so I'm glad they've done this in this format.
There we go.
It always looks jarring, so I'm glad they've done this in this format. Even if it may cause even if it may cause some not necessarily issues later on, but definitely oddities. Overall, it's a pretty nifty vehicle.
Here we go. Soon we're out of this. We're almost out of the introduction segment. We're almost out of it in the vehicle mode.
Overall, it's a pretty nifty vehicle. A lot of what he does well has been seen in studio series before.
Yeah, no, I think Red Alert was leaked for next year, so it does make sense that they do Cannonball as well. It's kind of like a Shatterglass Sideswipe becoming Armada Wheeljack next year. It just makes sense. It makes sense.
Vehicle. A lot of what he does well has been seen in studio series before. I mean, there's been a shit ton of ton of well-done silver.
Honestly, I'm surprised I didn't miss any of the bleeps in the War for Cybertron video, given how long that was. I figured I'd miss at least one of the bleeps, but I seem to be doing well. There are a lot of render errors in that video, though. You could even play a drinking game if you find them all.
Shit ton of well-done silver cars in the line. But it's always nice to see these boons return on a recent release.
Here we go. There we are.
Cars in the line. But it's always nice to see these boons return on a recent release.
Oh, we got to go back and extend that audio. We got to go back and extend it. So we move back to the last time it got cut off there. So we can now hide the extension. We can now hide it by out we go. Out we go. Probably don't need to go this far out, but any extension just in case. So we don't have to come back and do the whole thing again. Just extend it as far as it'll go. And no one will ever notice, because the don't forget me cutaway gag hides everything. So we now make sure that the intro's not there, so now it's
iconic. Don't forget them! The metallic blue is also a
see, no one notices. No one notices. The music's just there in the background. No problems. All done. All done, skis.
release. One thing that he does that a lot of those examples don't is weapon storage.
There we are.
And one thing that he does that a lot of those examples don't is weapon storage. Gun stores...
There we are, there we are, there we are.
Weapon storage. The gun store's underneath, and it doesn't interfere with anything else. They didn't have to do this, but they did, and it's quite
there we go, there we go.
Anything else. They didn't have to do this, but they did, and it's quite lovely. All in all, as far as vehicle modes go, it's a well-rounded package.
Oop, I moved to the start of that again. Damn it. Every time I press up or down, it fails. Here we go.
Lovely. All in all, as far as vehicle modes go, it's a well-rounded package. But of course, that's not where most of the complaints come in.
Here we go.
Package. But of course, that's not where most of the complaints come in. See, unfortunately, many collectors never even made it to the vehicle mode. So a third of this figure's brilliance tends to get downplayed. So is the conversion
Here we go, almost there.
Vehicle mode. So a third of this figure's brilliance tends to get downplayed. Actually, that's but is the conversion actually that? Is the conversion actually? But is the conversion actually that difficult?
And that's where we're going to cut it. And now we've done. Audio's done for this part. And now we can transform.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go.
So we're just going to go here. How do we? Where's the cutoff?
Go animation.
Where do I stop talking about that?
We're halfway done.
Here we go.
Which is good. I need to do more.
Here we go.
Studio series is...
Okay, so that's where it cuts off. That's where it cuts off. So now we've done that. Now we've done that. So now we can remove that. Remove that. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to create what I call a rest module. This is where I put things that I need to use later down the line. And you'll notice we've done a third of the audio already. It was a half-hour video, 6 minute, well, actually more like 33 minutes, I think. But yeah, you can see how much we ended up cutting out of that. That's 6 minutes here, but it's way more on the other end. But now we get into the good stuff. Now we get into the actually good stuff. So here's what we do. Just a moment, please. I need to just deal with something really, really quickly. Pardon me. Pardon me, that was just something that was a bit of an issue that happened. Okay, here we go. So what we're going to do here is bring in the footage. We have this footage thing, and it's a bit hard to see with me in the way, but there are currently 283 shots from this review. That's actually a lot fewer than I normally do. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to drag, and I have the transformation at the end there just because I did it off screen. That was the one thing I couldn't do because I just didn't have access to the microphone, and it was all a bit iffy and all that kind of stuff. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to make a new folder. We got footage, yes. And we're going to change this to 000 because now this needs to be at the top of the folder so that we can drag and drop when we're done with the footage. And here we go. We go here. Boom, boom, boom. The footage imports. That's how we do it. This is how we do it. There we go. We just gotta wait, and it'll do its thing. That is taking a lot longer than I expected. I'm going to go get the other hard drive while I go do that, so that I can add in all of the bonus footage. So, I'll be back in just a second. One moment, please. Okay, so we're back. I'm going to see if this will actually plug into the back port. I haven't really used this back port before. So it may work, it may not. Oh dear. It's a smidge difficult because of that in the way. Will this fit? If this fits... Ah, damn, it's an Ethernet port. It's not an actual one of those ports. Okay, so we can't do the back footage. We'll just have to use what we have here, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. We'll just have to do what we do. So here we go. Now we can just start dragging and dropping. So I'll show you how this really works.
When you hang around the fandom long
Here we go.
enough, you start to notice a few patterns. So
This is why I do it in order, because I can just drag and drop, drag and drop, drag and drop, drag and drop, no problems. No issues of having to go through and look for stuff unless it's back, reused footage. Just goes super easy.
certain characters always come back over and over. Count how many G1 Optimus Primes there are in your collection at present. No doubt it's more than one. Shows tend to get the same number of seasons. It's sort of like Gabe Newell, only they can't count to 4 instead.
At that point, I'm not going to put anything there. You can see I've got this black screen here. This is a note for myself. This means don't use the footage in this. Wait until you need it again. because we will need this again at some point.
Unless it's Cyberverse. Best show. Watch it now. HasLabs always release and people
Here we go.
always release and people
See how less tedious it is? See how quickly we're going through this compared to the audio? This is so much quicker.
People who can afford it but choose not to, on principle, always come back after the shipping date asking if anyone's still. Principle, always come back after the shipping date asking if anyone still has any. Not those who can't afford it, those who specifically asking if any. Not those who can't afford it, those who specifically want to send Hasbro a message. And of course, message.
Okay, at this point, this is not going to be the regular footage that I use. This is not going to be other media. This is going to be stuff. Usually, I would just plop in the the extra footage straight away, but I can't in this instance. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put placeholder footage, and then I can come back to that later and add it. And easy.
Not those who can't afford it. Those who specific. Not those who can't afford it. Those who specifically want to send Hasbro a message. And of course, complaints come back over and over.
Yep, so that placeholder footage is actually done by Paper Plane. That's one of his memes that he did. And I've just been using it as a bit of a funny thing that usually nobody sees.
Message. And of course, complaints come back over and over again. People complain about not getting the figures they want, or figures not being accurate, or figures not being stocked in their region, or figures they want,
there we go.
Or figures not being accurate, or figures not being stocked in their region. That last...
Okay, so this part I do actually have the footage for. It's not on the updated hard drive. This one's on my normal hard drive in War for Cybertron. I think it would have been located in the Red Wing one, because Red Wing has most of the other store stuff. Where's Red Wing? Where's Red Wing? Render Chunks, Rescue Patrol. Red Wing, here we go. So it should be in the second footage, yes. So that's not on my second hard drive. I can just drag and drop this. Normally, if it's on the second hard drive, I'll copy it to the first hard drive so that it's in the right pathway, and then I'll do this. Let's take both of these, I reckon. I reckon having both of them will be beneficial to the video. We just do those.
Or figures not being...
I forgot. I filmed these at the wrong thing. I moved these... I tried doing them in high quality, and I didn't realize that... Yeah, I made a really dumb error with that. So that's supposed to be... Yeah, that was something I only did for this video, and never again. Never again. YOLO Park Mirage? Depends on the... I think it might depend on the Porsche license. Maybe it won't. It depends. It depends. Here we go.
Stocked in their region. That last one is very much justified, but one complaint... But one complaint I've found never has been is the criticism of Silver Studio Series cars. Due to the nature of vehicle licensing, many cars that end up in the film...
Actually, wait, no, that's gonna be something else, so no, we do need that. That was, I ignored that, I shouldn't have.
Silver, and consequently we end up with a film are silver, and...
Wait, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for this one. We're looking for jazz. We're looking for jizz.
Consequently, we end up with a metric ton of toys like this. And every single time... Without fail, people claim they are the worst thing since sliced make toys. Single time, without fail.
I don't know why we have that one there, though, because we're just using this.
People claim they are the every single time, without fail. People claim they are the worst thing since sliced make toys thrust. As social media becomes more vitriolic, especially shitter with Muskrat's algorithms prioritizing toxicity over genuine cooperation, Mirage has experienced...
Here we go. So we're going to have more media there, and that's going to go well.
Experienced a heightened version of this anger. If you didn't know any better, you'd assume that he was the worst Studio Series toy to ever exist.
And yes, this is very wobbly. The footage is very wobbly, but don't worry, it's going to be... We're going to fix that in a moment.
Well, you know what? I do know better. I'm tired of everyone
Here we go.
shitting on my poor boy here. I know at this point, almost a full year after Rise of the Beasts premiered, not many people still care, but I love this little deluxe. And I just want to take a minute to appreciate how the designers were able to craft something this nifty in spite of the restrictions placed on them. Greetings, Cybertronians. I'm DrLockdown, and today's diagnosis pertains to Studio Series 105 Mirage. Not Jazz, Mirage. This is Transformers. Names get reused. This really shouldn't be something.
Okay, here we go. And here we go. And here we go. And here we go. The reason we're doing it this way is so that we can get the crossfade working. If we get them up like that, it makes crossfading a lot easier.
Contentious at this point. Not everything has to be G1 accurate. This toy often causes a form of whiplash when the community starts talking about it, but I guarantee it's nowhere near the whiplash of the designer's wiki page. Shuhei Umezu is a bit newer to the Takara team than most peeps who work on the mainline, previously working on the Zoids.
Okay, we're going to close all of that. We're going to bring this up. Oh, no, we need to bring all of this into the completed thing. We'll need to go to the placeholder footage.
Line and jumping over around the Bumblebee movie. He actually designed one of the best
here we go.
toys from that film, which I covered previously on this channel. He also tackled its exceptional retool in the pre-war line, and many other and many other brilliant outings like Legacy Volcanicus.
Okay, at this point, we bring back this. And nobody notices that the fist is missing from this because it's off-frame. I did find that fist later, by the way, which is a relief. I don't have to buy a second copy.
And many other brilliant outings like Legacy Volcanicus and Bitchcomer. But then he's also done snooze fests like the recent Insecticons.
Okay, now we need this.
And also, oh dear God, why? Honestly, I thought the G.I. Joe team worked on this thing, but
and then this is where we go to TF
according
Wiki.
to the wiki, this does have Takara assistance, so now I don't know what to think. Fortunately, when
here we go. Now we probably won't need much placeholder footage at this point.
Combined with the vehicle mode, Fortunately, when combined with the vehicle mode expertise of Sam Smith, no, not that Sam Smith, we get an...
Here we go. We're going to go from there. That's probably a good place to go.
An absolutely killer Porsche 911 mode. Honestly, it's already really surprising they managed to get this vehicle mode to begin with. Fortunately...
Actually, these go around. I remembered. That was a notice for myself to swap them around. Yeah, so these need to go backwards, like so.
When combined with the vehicle mode expertise of Sam Smith, no, not that Sam Smith, we get an absolutely killer Porsche 911 mode. Honestly, it's already really surprising they managed to get this vehicle mode to begin with, given Porsche's insistence on not being associated with war toys. Yes, much like Volkswagen, every company has a price.
Here we go, and there we go.
Except Ferrari, who's currently in an arranged marriage with Mattel, just so they can get...
And then this point, I think I might actually have to go back and film some other stuff. I don't think I'll be able to do it here. I think I'm missing some footage. I need to go to my local reject shop to film some stuff. Maybe tomorrow or the next day.
With Mattel, just so they can get citizenship in the clearance aisle at the reject shop. Real talk, this is most likely why...
Here we are.
Real talk, this is most likely why Mirage isn't in any way related to his G1 counterparts. There's a lot of hypotheses on it, but honestly, I think it's mostly due to Porsche wanting creative control on it, but honestly,
Pop that in there.
I think it's mostly due to Porsche wanting creative control on the portrayal of the character. It's easier to slap an existing name onto someone new than arguing back and forth with a car company. Arguing back and forth with a car company because they have unreasonably high demands with script changes. Though, given how flamboyantly gay Mirage is, I can't imagine the script requests were that unreasonable.
And then at this point, I think I might actually add this now. Because I do have Rise of the Beast on this thing now. And, what do we do? Where do we find Mirage? I'm not sure where it's located, so... Actually, I think it is located in here. So, it's in Rankings. I think it would have been in one of these folders here. I'm pretty sure I had Rise of the Beast in one of these folders here. Yeah, I did. So I can link it directly from the... I can link it directly from this. So that'll do well. That will do very well. There we go. Now we have Rise of the Beast in here. And now I might as well just do that here. Might bring that there.
So, given how flamboyantly gay Mirage is,
Okay, so the one rule about using footage from someone else, make sure the footage is... ooh, why is that all the way there? The thing about you reusing footage, what causes copyright claims is when it is over 7 seconds long. I typically try to keep it under 5, and I try to keep it quick cuts, because it just looks better anyway. It just naturally looks better, regardless. Let's find another shot of Mirage. Mirage, baby. I'm the Joker, baby. Where is it? Where's Mirage? Where's Mirage? Just get a shot of Mirage. That'll do. That'll do. That'll do.
I can't imagine the script requests were that unreasonable.
And then work friends. We need to find that part. Where is it? Home with the other person. Was after this, I think. Was it further here? No, it wasn't. It was after this, wasn't it? So after all this... Yeah, it was here. It was here somewhere. It was here somewhere, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it was somewhere here. Okay, let's find it. Is this thing a dog? What is what thing a dog? I don't get what you're talking about.
Yo! You scratched my paint!
Okay, just wait.
Trying to stop the end of the world.
Nah, it's before. I guess maybe zoom in on that part. It'll be here somewhere. Where is it? Ah, yeah, there we are.
Work
Here we go. Here we go. Found it. Found it. Yay! Now we can go here.
work friends?
And then this part, we're gonna go in further.
You've been inside me.
Oh, no. Ah, wait, no. We need to switch to... we need to bring that out.
You've been inside.
Bring that in.
You've been inside me.
Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of that. No, we're going to get rid of that. Now we need to... we're going to make this a bit funnier later. How... Speed duration. Where is it? Speed duration. So what I'm going to do... suicide score. Ah, lol. So we're going to keep it at 50% speed with the same audio pitch. And it'll sound like this.
You've been inside me.
And we're now going to unlink as well. So that this one can actually be 45. So that it doesn't change while it's there. No one will notice. Because it uses that cinematic technique where the audio changes before or after the cut. I think it's a P cut or an L cut. And it's something I use in my videos as well. But it makes, you know, editing these jokes not ideal. So we're now going to go... We're now going to find a thing on YouTube. Here we go. We're going to find Careless Whisper. Where's Careless Whisper? Careless Whisper. Here we go. There we go. That's the one. I know from that one. And what we do is we bring back Stature. There we go. And it just downloads. And it's just going to be for less than 7 seconds, so you know, no one's going to it's not going to get flagged by the YouTube copyright system. That's why you got to keep it nice and short and punchy. There's many benefits of just keeping things punchy. So We're going to go back to Mirage here. Where's Careless Whisper? There's Careless Whisper. Okay, so. Actually, now let me be. Where's yeah? Where did? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And the reason I don't want to play this on stream because this will get me copyrighted. So I'm just kind of trying to be careful. 15 should be well enough for that. So now we go.
Work friends. Been inside me.
There we go. And this is now one thing also to do with all of this is to ensure that we're going to unlink all of this. Bring it down just so it's easier. We're going to nest that. We're going to bring it closer so it's fully in frame. And we're going to flip the footage. Flipping the footage is another great thing to avoid copyright. It means that you won't have any issues later down the line. So now...
So, given how flamboyantly gay Mirage is, I can't imagine the script requests were that unreasonable.
Work friends.
This one will now need a flip, but we're going to make it... I don't have to do this now, but I think it's funnier if I do this now, because it means I don't have to go back and do it later. So, we're now going to zoom right in on his face, so that now, does like that. Just drag it manually. Eek! Take the right one. There we go. Okay, now we're going to take the blur, and we're going to use an old thing called channel blur. Because whenever you zoom in on something with the wow, it's the same thing. So we're going to take the red, we're going to take the green, I think, and blur out the green so that it looks like this. It looks like this. Watch this.
That's unreasonable.
Work friends.
Oh shit, you can't actually see this. Here, I'll show you what it's like. I'll show you what it's like over here, just so it's because it's a bit hard to see. But the end result, I keep forgetting you can't actually see shit from where I am. So if we do it like this, it looks like this.
That's unreasonable.
Work friends. Been inside me.
There we go. It's a bit creepy, but also a bit funny. And now we take these and we bring them back, and it just goes straight to here.
Of course, this sort of vehicle mode is right up Smith.
And we can add that to the thing. Actually, let's go that. Get rid of George Michael. Get rid of that nested sequence. Probably will need Rise of the Beast a bit later, so we'll leave that for now. We'll leave that for now. Here we go.
Of course, this sort of vehicle mode is right up Smith's alley with wonderful mechanical detail that never Smith's alley with wonderful mechanical detail that never becomes overbearing compared to the main event, the silver finish. I love the way they've done on the front, where they let the gunmetal-based plastic bleed through an actor's highlights.
Here we go.
Some of the earlier Studio Series Deluxe cars used a lighter grey as the base plastic, which meant that...
And then we bring that in. Good thing about audio cutting is it just goes boom, 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 straight down, easy peasy, no problems there.
Wherever they couldn't put the silver ended up being really bland and boring. It's always something I found annoying, even with my favorites in the line. But it's always something I found annoying.
Let's maybe bring that there.
Even I found annoying.
Always remember to be clear your media cache. Oh yeah, no. I mean, I do that after every project's done. I just cleared it the other day, but you know, it's fine.
Even with my favorites in the line. But it's becoming less and less common these days between this and Sideways. It was also a brilliant figure you should grab at some point. Because of the detail.
Oh yeah, that's because I was talking over the thing. Oops.
They use a dark gun metal under the grey. They can just let it bleed through instead of wasting more paint apps to pick out those extra details. This
Here we go.
allows them to do things such as outline the headlights or properly outline the headlights.
Here we go.
Properly define the air intakes. At least I think their air intakes. Again, not a car guy. Would say.
Okay. At this point, I can add it in later, but I have something for lazy eyebrow I can use.
Would send you over to Lazy Eyebrow for greater clarification, but damn. I also love that they went to the trouble of including a tiny Autobot symbol. One thing that constantly bugs me is that Studio Series toys keep...
Hang on. That one is the same as earlier. I've taken the exact same shot as earlier. Ah, that's stupid. Let's just flip that so that it looks a bit more dynamic. There we go.
Is that Studio Series toys keep ignoring the
I'm
inclusion
an
of
idiot.
boss and con symbols. Like they're Transformers, right? I get not having symbols makes more sense from a disguise perspective, but the symbols are iconic.
Don't forget them.
And then that's going to be where we get the thing later.
The metallic blue is also having
Them.
the metallic blue is also a
Here we
real
go.
treat. I don't know if this is a full application or just some clear blue placed on top to retain the shininess, or whatever method they used. This just looks lovely. The
Here we go.
blue continues around the side, though its inclusion is a bit limited. This
Here we go.
makes sense, though. It's accurate to the original car mode. So although more
And then random long arm, because it's always pretty cool to just put random figures in there you like.
blue would be more striking, neither vehicle mode fans nor Porsche would be happy with such. At least this frees up the budget to add orange headlights, which, yes, these look wonderful.
Here we
Sadly,
go.
the hubcaps aren't painted, which is a real shame, but hey, at least they added tail lights completely in red. Combined with how clean the back looks, this vehicle mode gives off a real premium feel. And honestly, I'd argue the clear plastic adds to that. It's
Here we go.
not unpigmented like some of the earlier examples, which leads to a very cheap-looking vehicle mode. They've also added a slight smoky dye to it, so it gives that
Here we are.
vehicle mode. They've also added a slight smoky dye to it, so it gives that clear look without making the thing seem like an Age of Extinction toy. Yes, I mean clear look without making gives that clear look. They've also added a slight smoky dye to it. Vehicle mode.
Hang on. Did I do this wrong?
Plastic adds to that. It's not unpigmented like some of the earlier examples, which leads to a very cheap-looking vehicle mode. They've also added a slight smoky dye to it, so it gives that clear
I guess I have to do it the way it was, which was this.
look without making the thing seem like an Age of Extinction toy.
There we are.
Yes, I mean that in a derogatory manner.
I'm going to have to put some placeholder footage there. Perhaps, was that the next one? Yeah, okay, so we're going to drop that there. I'm going to have to use some footage from earlier because I forgot to film that. And I can. I have some, yeah.
Yes, I mean that in a derogatory. Yes, I mean that in a derogatory.
There we go, I can add that
Sorry.
there later. No problem, I'll come back to that later and fix it up.
I've honestly never understood the love for opaque windows. The black ones are fine, I guess, but people always go nuts for the Toon style, especially with windows. The black ones are
And then this, at this point, yeah, here we go with that.
derogatory manner. I've honestly never understood the love for opaque windows. The black ones are fine, I guess, but
We can add something there.
people always go nuts for the Toon style, especially with that Selects 5-pack, and honestly, I just think it looks ugly. As such, I'm glad
Here we are, we can add that there now.
the live-action portion of Studio Series is retaining this at least. And I'm also glad this figure did them in a fairly decent way. Going all the way to the back of the car. As such, I'm glad the live-action portion of Studio Series is...
Here we go.
And I'm also glad this figure did them in a fairly decent way. Going all
We can add that there.
the way to the back of the car with
Ooh, sideways. I hate it when it does this, but that's fine. It's all good.
minimal panel interruption. You
This point, we just rotate that. There we go, no problem.
have no idea how annoyed I get when they cheap out on the back windows and make it painted in comparison to everything else. It always looks jarring, so I'm glad they've done else. It always looks jarring, so I'm glad they've done this in this. It always looks
And then this one, I reckon, we'll do this as well.
looks jarring.
I think we'll fade between those two a bit later, so we won't have to worry about that.
So I'm glad they've done this in this format. Even if it may cause some, not necessarily issues later on, but definitely oddities.
Here we are, almost there.
Overall, it's a pretty nifty vehicle. A lot of what he does well has been seen in studio series before. I mean, there's been a ton of well-done silver cars in the line, but it's always
Here we are.
nice to see these boons return on a recent release. And one thing that he
Okay, so that's where we're going to bring that in. Here we go.
does that a lot of those examples don't is weapon storage. The gun
This one we won't be stabilizing, of course, later, but that's all.
stores underneath, and it doesn't interfere with anything else. They didn't have to do this, but they did, and it's quite lovely. All in all,
This one we're going to move it here a bit, so because sometimes it stabilizes the footage a little bit beforehand.
lovely. All in all, as far as vehicle modes go, it's a well-rounded package. But of
Here we go.
course, that's not where most of the complaints come in. See, unfortunately,
Here we
many
are.
collectors never even made it to the vehicle mode. So a third
And we pop that in, and we actually bring that out a bit
of
more.
this figure's brilliance tends to get downplayed. But is the conversion actually that difficult?
So now we're going to, now that that's all in place, here's the next step. Footage stabilization. And at this point, I reckon I will start playing the music again. Because this is the most boring part. Well, this is not the most boring. This is easy, but it does take a while. I tend to just solo a track that's not in use. Because what we have to do now is stabilize all of the footage. Let's move up to the top so I can show you how this works. Here we go. So we take this, and that's going to stabilize it for us. But I like to do a few more extra things with it as well. I like to change some of the settings. The smoothness I feel works a bit better at 30%. And I prefer a detailed analysis personally. And we can close that because we won't be needing that until later. And now, one thing to make sure is that the autosave is off. I had autosave off because I was working on the, whatchamacallit, some of the War for Cybertron shorts earlier. And that project does not work well with autosave because it's just too damn big. Usually I have autosave on for every 3 minutes though. So we just basically go through all of the footage that we have and we apply to it. So here we go. Here we are. And we just added to that. And it's a pretty chill process here. At least compared to... Oh, no. Placeholder footage. Because we've got placeholder footage there, we're not going to apply to it. Well, I'll apply to it on the back end when I replace the placeholder footage. Here we are. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. These are annoying because they're resized, so they'll take a bit longer. Here we are. Why is that replaying? It's like a record scratch. I guess I just ran out of a lot of, I guess I'm really pushing the processing power on this. Oopsies. CPU is pretty low though, so I don't know what's really taking up all the space. Oh well, doesn't matter. That was weird, don't know why it's doing that, but all good. Just go through this. Come on. Come on. There we are. And that's basically the process. Once we do this, I have very shaky hands, so this is what's called a warp stabilizer. It, basically turns all the footage from really janky footage to nice smooth footage. You'll notice a lot of my old videos, they look very wobbly because I didn't used to do this. It wasn't that great. Doesn't really matter though. Now I've run into a bit of a glitch because usually I'd be able to just plonk them into Premiere Pro and it will be fine. Lately I've found it's a bit glitchy, so it won't actually export unless I do it in a very specific way. So I'm going to wait for that to do it, and then I'm going to turn this into a, and then I'm gonna subsequence it. I'm gonna nest it so that I can do this properly. So we're gonna take this. I'm gonna turn these into nested sequences. Drop the nested sequences in that. And we take this. And now that that's done, we can actually cross, which means there's not going to be any errors in this. I don't know why it keeps having errors, but it's very annoying. But now, just fades between them nice and smoothly. Placeholder, 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 placeholder. Not placeholder. There we go. There we go. Wait, no, that's placeholder footage again. Placeholder, not placeholder, but we don't need it for that because that's just a tripod footage. Here we go. Here we are. There we go. Do it again. And there we go. And it's basically just doing the whole thing consistently. Not really much to do here. But it's far less tedious than the audio editing, because the audio editing is just, you know, the same thing again. And then this one, what was in the nested sequence? Oh yeah, that was all the Rise of the Beast stuff. So we're going to do that. Here we are. Here we go. And here we go. And here we go. And continue to do that. 2 hours and we're finally getting into the graphics. The graphics are going to be the next thing. The graphics aren't really that bad. Jeez, ow, am I getting carpal tunnel or something? Ow, my wrist is aching. I'm not used to sitting at this table. I'm usually used to sitting in a much more comfortable one. Not that it matters, it's fine. There we are. And there we go. And then this was the one that we rotated out. Oh no, this is the one that we flipped earlier. That's why it looks a bit weird. Here we go. Here we go. Actually, come to think of it, I can actually replace some of that footage with the, because the, footage I wanted for the regular Windows, it is something I can actually do later. At least I think so. I'm not sure. Let's take a look. I'll see if it comes up later with the Windows. I might actually be able to replace some of that footage from the hard drive. It could. It really depends. Really depends. I think it's still in the War for Cybertron folder and not on the other hard drive, so that might be possible. Let's take a look. And then this is, I think, where we had it. Yeah, I think this is where we had it. I just want to test something. I just want to test something. See if it actually is there.
Yes, I mean that in a derogatory manner. I honestly...
Yeah, I think I do have that actually, come to think of it. I think it's in the War for Cybertron stuff. War for Cybertron stuff. And it should be in Cliff Jumper, because Cliff Jumper I had backup footage of, no, maybe it was in Bug Bite? Second footage of Bug Bite? Perhaps? Yeah, it was. It was in this. Okay, so we can do that. Yeah, so we can actually do that.
I honestly knows. The black ones are fine, I guess, but people always go nuts for the tune.
So we can dunk that there, and we can analyze that, and then we can go back here, and what if I just take the, it was in Sunstreaker. Where is it? Sunstreaker, in the footage. Here we go, here we go.
Fine, I guess, but people...
I might actually have to go back and redo I think I might need a shot of dead end later, but that I can fix up later. But yeah, you can see that's how we replace that's how we replace everything. But that's all good. Anyway, it's back to what we were doing earlier, which was just keep adding it to this. Keep adding it to this. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Just do all of this. Ah, yeah, that's the one. That's the one we rotated. That's the one we rotated. So that's the one that's a bit weird. Here we are. And we're just going to wait for those two to work. We're just going to nest both of them now. Nest both of them there. Take that. Pop it in the footage. Here we go. Now, where are we going to do this?
Looks jarring. So
This'll do. Now I can cross-dissolve those two.
So I'm glad they've done this in...
There we go. So now it doesn't look too bad. Now we can keep going with the rest of it. There we go. Nice, simple footage. And we're almost at the end of this section here. So now, one of the parts that can be really frustrating, can be really fun, depending on the circumstances. Once we get this done, I might put on a cup of tea. I feel like a cup of tea. Have a nice cup of tea while I do the rest of the graphics for the first half of this. I don't know if I'll get this done today, but if I don't get it done today, then I'll at least get up to the transformation, because I might do the rest of the audio off screen, just because it's very... yeah. Here we go. Here we are. That does it with the stabilization. So now it doesn't look like I'm moving it around with my hands, which it does look like. I've got very shaky hands. So now we can nest that. Move that in there. And we can bring that in. Yeah, and the reason I nest is just because otherwise the Premiere Pro gets very glitchy. Now we're going to lock that, because we're not going to use that anymore. And there's nothing on the top one, right? Everything's off the top one. What's over here? Oh, that's... You've been inside me. Okay, so now we're going to bring down this again. Pause that, because now this is the fun begins. This is where we do the graphics. So let's see what we can do. Actually, we won't lock it because we do actually need to make some changes to it.
When you hang around the fandom long enough, you start to notice a few patterns. Certain characters always come back.
Don't need anything there.
And over. Count how many G1 Optimus Prime. Count how many G...
Okay, so stuff like this. I mentioned G1 Optimus Primes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the thumbnail for Earthrise Optimus Prime. So we're going to take a sound effects from the library. This is the G1 sound effects library. I've got two types of sound effects. Regular sound effects, you know... Oh, no, regular sound effects, which have, you know, the cartoon sound effects and everything that I use quite frequently, and the Transformer sound effects from the G1 cartoon. So that's all good. Here we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the saved episodes, thumbnails, and we're going to look for Optimus. We're going to look for Optimus. Where is it? Here we are. Video code 225, Earthrise Optimus Prime. Because the video code is different from the review. Star Wars reference here? Yes, indeed. So we just pop that in, and I believe it was 120 is the size that we need for that.
G1 Optimus Primes there are in your collection at present. No doubt it's more than one. Shows tend to get the same number of seasons. It's sort of like Gabe. Shows tend to get
the same number of seasons. Ah, damn. It's, wait, no, actually, I can use War for Cyber... No, I don't feel War for Cyber almost. I think it would be better to use Earthspark. But damn, Earthspark's on the other one, so I'm going to have to, use placeholder footage there. That's annoying.
Shows tend to get the same number of seasons.
Okay, now we need something from Gabe Newell. Let's find Gabe Newell. Let's find something from Gabe... This is why I paid for YouTube Premium. What's something we can find with... the Steam Deck one's pretty good.
So what are these?
Here we go. Let's add that. And we go to Stature. And we're going to change it to best audio/video with the MP4 preset. This setting is a bit bugged, so you need to download a patch for it. No, actually, no, you need to change one of the settings in it. Otherwise, it glitches out. But once you change that, it works great, and you can just drag it straight into the software. Otherwise, you will need conversion software. I do have conversion software. I have an old Wondershare video converter, but it doesn't download anymore because, unfortunately, they removed the functionality because, oh, the API changed. Yeah, bitch, please, who cares if the API changed? It's your responsibility to update it. But whatever. So let's find a nice shot of Gabe Newell. Here's a good one.
Bringing me back
This is good here.
to my...
Here we go. We just plonk that in.
It's sort of like Gabe Newell, only they can't count, only they can't.
And I've got the other stuff saved elsewhere, so we can just do that. There we go. Nice and easy. Stature. Works great. Favorite class is the spy.
Can't count to 4 or instead, unless it's Cyberverse. Best show. Oh, watch it.
And now, this is how we do the crazy look. So we go here. There'll be contrast. Brightness and contrast here. And we go here. And we just turn the contrast up. And that's way too things, so we're going to turn the brightness down. There we go.
Show, watch it now.
So it looks like this. Come on, play.
Best show, watch it now. HasLabs always release, and people who can afford it but
There we go.
choose not to, on principle, always come back after the shipping date asking if anyone still has any. Not those who can't afford it.
Okay, I don't know why I put warp stabilizer on that, because that's the placeholder footage. That's a bit silly. Get gone. There we go.
Those who specifically want to send Hasbro.
Here we go. So now here we're going to take, that sound effect worked. Oh, whoa, what the hell? That works. The actual sound effects used for the G1s, they don't have to be anything specifically, but it works. Anyway, so we're going to now look for HasLab Omega Prime, and it just kind of pops up. Here we go. And of course the EB games. Hey, it's that toy guy. Hey, nice. Okay, we'll take that photo. That photo looks nice. We pop that in Mirage. We add that to that. Drag and drop. And yeah, the new versions of Premiere Pro actually do allow WebP photos, so that's going to be good for later, so there we go.
Wants to send Hasbro a message. And of course, complaints come back over and over again. People complain about not getting the figures they want, or figures not being accurate, or figures not being stocked in their region. That last one is very much justified, but one complaint I've found never has been is the criticism of Silver Studio Series cars. Due to the nature of...
Now, I think I have the, I think I have Revenge of the Fallen on the War for Cybertron rankings somewhere. I think ROTF is here somewhere. I think it's here, but I could be mistaken. I could very much be mistaken. I genuinely don't know here. No, I don't. Okay, so I'm going to need to come back with the actual placeholder footage. I'm going to need to add the placeholder footage in again.
Due to the nature of vehicle licensing, many cars that end up in the film are silver, and consequently we end up with a metric ton of toys like this. And every single time, without fail, people claim they are the worst thing since...
Now this one I think there's a new thing I've done, which is the zooming technique. I feel it's cool to zoom in and kind of show something or zoom in on something, so I think this is a good one to do.
People claim they are the worst thing since sliced make toys thrust.
Do that and it works pretty well.
Social media becomes more vitriolic, especially shitter with Muskrat. Social media becomes more vitriolic, especially shitter with Muskrat's algorithms prioritizing toxicity over genuine cooperation.
Okay, so here I think we're going to go to the Twitter feed. Here we are. What's a good thing to show? What's let's just go here. Let's just take a nice screenshot here. Just bring it down a little bit. Come on, bring it down ever so slightly so that it's at the top. And now we're going to go just over here. Let's give it a sec. Come on, come on. We don't need to see that. That's just blue blocker, automatically blocks all blue checks. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing you can put in there. Anyway, let's save that screenshot to Mirage. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Now inside this, where's the screenshot? There's the screenshot. There it is. We can also get rid of these two. And we can take that.
It's more vitriolic, especially shitter with...
We can get rid of that. And we're gonna... I don't think I need the 3D effect on that. I don't think I need that. I think I can just go boop, done, scroll down to the bottom, boop, done.
As social media becomes more vitriolic, especially...
I feel I need something else. I wonder. Let's use some overlays. Oh, I get to show you the overlays now. These are the overlays. These are green screen assets I have developed, and I pull them out at random. So we've got, oh my god, we've got Mutaha laughing, Miyamoto with the thumbs up, Markiplier don't do this, the Legends figure frame, Coroner saying what the fuck, Uni, diecast from TJ Omega, crashing the mobile house into artillery. How long have you been in the force? Confused retracts. You've got to do better, Senator. And that's actually the Legends frame as well. I don't know why. Yeah, then that's just a regular frame. So I think this one works with crashing the mobile house into artillery. I think this one works really well. Just as a little side thing, you know, flip it and bring it down. Let's bring it down to there with a faded shadow so that it's got a drop shadow. The faded shadow is a drop shadow preset I have. As I said, presets are how you do it. And let's bring it down 15 decibels just to fix up that.
As social media becomes more vitriolic...
Too loud. Let's try 20 decibels. Ooh, why is it text there? No.
Rust. As social media becomes more vitriolic, especially shitter with Musk...
And now we need to find some footage of Elon Musk. God, this is going to be terrible. Here we go. Not Fox News, not something... that's marked red. Just some generic footage. Generic footage. What's something I can pick? What's something I can pick? No, yeah, that'll do. Wall Street Journal works. Seems neutral. It's not marked red in the thing. We just go there, download. Ah, fan page is coming back. Hooray! God, I have to. This is often why a lot of my search results on YouTube look fucked, because I have to download a bunch of stuff for videos. That's probably going to add a lot of right-wing nonsense to my search results that I am not happy about, but that's fine. We do it for the videos. Let's find... That'll do. Just him walking out of there. Okay, and that text is a little bit annoying, so what we're going to do is we're just going to zoom in. So zoom in a bit so the text is missing. And then reframe it a bit because it's standing there. So that's going to look good.
With Muskrat's algorithms prioritizing toxicity over genuine cooperation, Mirage has experienced
There we go.
a heightened version of this anger. If you didn't know any better, you'd assume that he was the worst Studio Series toy to ever exist.
Move a picture of Elon around. Yeah, you can do that, but, like, that's a lot of effort.
Well, you know what? I do know better. I'm tired of everyone shitting on my poor boy here. I know at this point almost...
Okay, here we go. Now we need more of Rise of the Beast. I didn't figure we need more of it.
I know at this point, almost a full year after Rise of the Beast, Rise of the Beasts premiered, not many premiered.
And then we're going to cut to a different part of Rise of the Beast. Here we go. Oh, right, because it's all here. I need to go further away. Yeah, that'll do. Honestly, you can just really pick whatever you feel like. You can pick whatever you feel like. It doesn't have to be any specific shots. Sometimes you look for specific shots from the film, sometimes you don't. Now I'm going to need to look for the photos. So I'm going to look for the premiere. Premiere. Hey. Where is it? No. Rise of the Beast event. Here we go. There's the image from that we're looking for.
At this point, almost a full year after Rise of...
Here we go. Let's go down. Let's fold that there. And now we're going to put a Transformers. I think I want a punch sound effect for this one. One of the punches works well. That works. There we go. Pop that in. And now we can actually nest... Actually, first off, let's... Yeah. Now let's nest these. I might need Rise of the Beast a bit later because I might need it. So I'm not going to put it in the thing just yet. But I am going to take this and I'm going to flip it. And the reason I nested it first is I don't have to do the same thing for both of them. There we go.
Here. I know at this point, almost a full year after Rise of the Beasts premiered, not many people still care, but I love this little deluxe. And I just want to take a minute to appreciate how the designers were able to craft something this nifty in spite of the restrictions placed on them. Greetings, Cybertronians, I'm DrLockdown, and today's diagnosis pertains to Studio Series 105
I think
Mirage.
this is good.
Not Jazz, Mirage. Jazz.
And I think at this point I'll zoom into that just to give it some visual flair. There we go.
Mirage. This is Transformers. Names get reused. This really shouldn't be something contentious at this point. Not everything has to be G1 accurate. This toy often causes a form of whiplash when the community starts talking about it, but I guarantee it's nowhere near...
And I think this part's a good one to zoom in. We're going to start at Mirage here, and we're going to move in, so it looks like this.
This toy often causes a form of whiplash when the community starts talking about
Here we
it,
go.
but I guarantee it's nowhere near the whiplash of the designer's wiki
Here we go.
page. Shuhei Umezu is a bit newer to the Takara team than most peeps who work on mainline. Previously working on the Zoids line, is a bit...
Okay, so we're going to need some Zoids footage. We might as well get the Zoids footage now. Come on. Zoids commercial. I have to go commercial, not advertisement. Does this work well?
Mechanoid combat warrior.
Works for me. Doesn't have to be exact, so let's just add that. We can go back to that later. And now let's go to the wiki. Yeah, wiki. Let's see. Where do we find this? Yes, Beachcomber, same design. Oop, let's go Shuhei Umezu. There we go. Huh. Let's move this here. Is there a photo of him somewhere? Because that would be pretty helpful. We'll save that there. Let's see if there's a photo of him somewhere. Shuhei Umezu. That's not them. Is that him? That doesn't have any photos. Joined the company in 2020. Spent 2 years. That doesn't help either. Still no photos. No photos. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We'll make do. Okay, and the Zoids commercial. So we're going to take that.
bit newer to the Takara team than most peeps who work on mainline.
Here we go. So now we're going, and this one, I think, this one we can use some of the 3D effects. This is what I like to do with a lot of my 2D images that I use. I use basic 3D. It's a nice little thing where you go boom and boom Zoom in a little bit. So we go from here. And we just invert it. And we move it here. So now, it looks like it's moving like this.
Shuhei Umezu is a bit newer to the Takara team than most peeps who work on.
So it doesn't look too great, but it'll do fine. Here we are.
Working on the Zoids line and jumping over around the Bumblebee. Mostly working on
Do I have the Bumblebee movie?
the Zoids line and jumping over around the Bumblebee movie. He actually designed one of the best toys from that film, which...
At this point, I'll go back and get the footage later, but I know what I'm referring to. So at this point, I'm just going to take that, and I need to find the... Need to go saved episodes, thumbnails, RC. We're looking for Bumblebee RC. Oh, not in the sound effects folder. What the fuck am I doing? Not in the sound effects folder. Come on. Come on.
He designed one of the best...
And I can always fix that up later. That should be an okay.
best toys from that film, which I covered previously on this channel. He also tackled its exceptional retool in the pre-war line, and many other brilliant outings like Legacy Volcanicus and...
Here we go.
On this channel. He also tackled its exceptional retool in the pre-war line, and many other brilliant outings like Legacy Volcanicus.
And this one's also going to have a nice zoom. We're going to take that, and we're going to go with that.
And many other brilliant outings like Legacy Volcanicus and Bitchcomer. But then he's also done snooze fests like the recent Insecticons, and also...
Okay, that needs a boo womp. We're bringing back the boo womp. Bring back the boo womp. We gotta bring back the boo womp. Also, let's switch to that same principle. We gotta do that, and we're gonna do that there. And now we're going to replace it with Negatron. Here we are. We're going to do that, and we're just going to replace it so it's the same size as the other one.
And also, oh dear God, why? Honestly, I thought the G.I. Joe team worked on this thing, but according to the wiki, this does have Takara assistance, so, now... But according to...
Now we need to go back to the wiki, so TF wiki, we need to find Megatron. So let's go back to find Megatron. Make a ton of CAC, because G.I. Joe Megatron is CAC. Let's go. Let's give it a shot. Boys, it'll be on a G1, I reckon. Retro. It's on a collaborative. Where's collaborative? Where the fuck's collaborative? Legends, vintage, generations, Nike console. It's fine. Maybe it's under Joe. G.I. Joe and the Transformers? That's not it. We'll find it eventually. No. 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 Damn! Where is it? Is it under Generations? God, sometimes TF Wiki is just really weirdly set up. Sometimes this does not make any sense whatsoever. Collaboratives under... This is so dumb. This is so dumb. Why is it here? Why is it here? Jesus, come on. Well, we can put that in Mirage and add that in now. Okay, so we got that. We got that. We don't need to worry about it now. We have it. We can go to Mirage, take the screenshot, and go in. Okay, so we're going to start here. And we're not going to use any 3D effects, I don't think. Why can't I see anything moving? It's being slow. We're just going to bring that in there, so...
But according to the wiki, this does have Takara assistance, so...
There we go. Done.
Takara assistance.
There we go, the wiki has spoken, so we all good. I'm going to make myself a cup of tea, by the way, so I will return very shortly. I'm just going to put the kettle on and come back. Okie dokie. Kettle's boiling. Back to it. Here we go. I can make my tea in a bit.
So, now I don't know what to think. Fortunately, when combined with the vehicle mode expertise of Sam Smith...
Okay, now we need to go find something from Sam Smith. Shitty flute. We're gonna go shitty flute. I know. Seth Etherman's always funny. Nah. Oh, now there's no recorder. Is there a recorder cover of this? I want to be funny. The recorder cover is not good. Nah, that's not good. Whatever, I'll just do Sam Smith. I'll just take Sam Smith. Ah, Sam Smith's green. Did not realize that. Neat. This'll do. Oh, I know what I can do. I know what I can do with this. I know how I can make a joke that no one will do. Yeah, lol. Ah, Darude was coming up as green too. Don't know why I changed the weird, but oh well, doesn't matter. Wav. Here we go. Here we are. Darude Sandstormu. Just for shits and giggles. Okay, so there's a downloader. Yeah, they're both downloaders. So we can take Sandstorm and we can take Sam Smith. Just for the joke of it. Okay, there we go. I don't know if this song even... Oh, wait, actually, I think I might have heard this song somewhere before. It's all good. And we zoom in, and we do our patented, not patented, flip the footage thing, so that we don't actually get any of this. And now we go... Here we go. And now we're just going to put the Darude Sandstorm for less than 10 seconds, because it's funny. Or maybe under less than 15. Here we go.
Smith? No, not that Sam Smith. We get an absolutely...
And no one will ever realize, because it'll be 2 seconds of Darude Sandstorm. Just because it's funny.
Killer Porsche 911 mode. Honestly, it's already really surprising they managed to get this vehicle mode to begin with, given Porsche's insistence.
Okay, at this point, we bring back some of the saved images. Just like I've got saved overlays, I have saved images. And this...
Porsche's insistence on not...
Air quotes...
Not being...
Here we are. Let's add a flip to that too. That would be better with a flip. And also a faded shadow, so we can drop shadow it.
Associated with what?
Here we go. And then he just kind of comes in a frame with a little bit of movement.
Not being associated with war toys. Guess much like Volkswagen, every company has a price, except Ferrari, who's currently in an arranged marriage with Mattel just so they can get citizenship in the clearance aisle at the reject shop.
I'll have to go and film more stuff at the reject shop. UMG's and claim this stream? I'm hoping to, but it'll be what it is.
Real talk, this is most likely why Mirage is... Real talk...
Maybe cut it in and zoom in on this one a little bit just to make it seem a bit more interesting. 120.
This is most likely why Mirage isn't in any way related to his G1 counterparts. There's a lot of hypotheses on it, but honestly, I think it's mostly due to Porsche wanting creative control on the portrayal of the character. It's easier to slap an existing name onto someone new than arguing back and forth with a car company because they have unreasonably high demands with script changes. Though, given how flamboyantly gay Mirage is, I can't imagine the script requests were that unreasonable.
Work friends? Then inside me.
Of course, this sort of vehicle mode is right up Smith's alley with one of...
Hang on. Well, hang on.
That's unreasonable.
Hey, fan page is back.
Work friends? Then inside me.
Of course...
There we are. Although I can't hear anything from fan page. I can't hear anything from you.
Hello, and welcome to Dr. Lockdown. Today we're a book. It's called You're Evil.
How dare you? Lamau.
Of course, this sort of vehicle mode is right
You'll
up
only
Smith's
pay for
alley.
the ticket, but you'll only need the edge.
Shh. I can barely hear any of that because you're shouting so much.
With wonderful mechanical detail that never becomes overbearing compared to the main event. The silver finish. Main event.
And this is where we do a nice simple effect called wow.
Called Evil.
No! It's gorgeous! We go back to channel her, we turn the green brightness up, we go to the sound effects, and
Wingardium Leviosa, it's evil.
Hey, that is evil! Keep that transphobic wizard shit out of here.
No comment.
Event, the silver finish. I love the way they've done the front, where they let the gunmetal-based plastic bleed through and act as highlights. Some of the earlier Studio Series Deluxe cars used a light.
There we go, and now we're going to bring in Dark of the Moon Sideswipe.
I have reviews up till May so far.
How do you do so many? How do you do so many?
It takes me like 2 days to do them, to edit them.
Here we are. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for.
That's the money shot.
Well, it is a money shot because it's so bloody expensive. Now we need a side swipe there. Bring it down. And just do it slowly.
I'm doing Transformers Generation Studio Series Gamer Edition Cliff Jumper.
That mold's not bad. I feel it gets overhated.
Raised the base plastic, which meant that wherever
like
they
his
couldn't put the silver
chunkiness.
ended up being really bland and boring. It's always something I found annoying, even with my favorites in the line, but it's becoming less and less common these days between this and Sideways. It was also a brilliant figure you should grab at some point. Because they use a dark gunmetal under the grey, they can just let it bleed through instead of wasting more paint.
Okay, so we're going to go here, we're going to bring that there, and we're going to zoom in on the gunmetal bleeding through. A new technique that I have.
Wasting more paint apps to pick out those extra details. This allows them to do things such as outline the headlights, or
here we are, zoom in, outline the headlights, we can see the headlights.
Outline the headlights, or properly define the air intakes. At least I think they're air intakes. Again, not a car guy. Would send you
And now we need some footage from the Lazy Eyebrow Reviewer, which I will repurpose from... where is it? It would have been under... Where's Collaborations? Collaborations... It would have been Blue Streak. Blue Streak, Lazy Eyebrow. Here we go. We'll just reuse that, because I have it already.
So this Cliff Jumper review is for halfway into May, and then after that, I have the Optimus Studio Series review already done, already filmed, and Studio Series Rhinox. So technically, I have reviews up until June.
Jesus, you're way ahead of me on this stuff.
the eyebrow for greater clarification, but damn.
Yeah, so I'll have to go back later because I have to use OBS to use the footage to record, and I'm using OBS to stream right now, so I cannot do that.
I also love that they went to the trouble of including a tiny Autobot symbol. One thing that
I think my tea might be ready to brew, by the way. I will return shortly.
Sad part is members can watch all these reviews. $10:45 and done. Are you guys ready to join us tomorrow for a special live stream?
I come back to you now at the turn of the tide.
Constantly bugs me.
Hi,
Studio series...
I just finished the Cliff Jumper vid.
Oh my god, I just realized. What does it say here?
Autobot symbol. One thing that constantly bugs me is that Studio series...
What did I just say?
Autobot symbol. One thing that constantly bugs me is that Studio...
One thing that constantly bugs me. Bugs. It's a Volkswagen bug. I didn't even realize that was a pun.
Studio
you need to put the text bug on that.
Yeah.
Studio series toys keep ignoring bugs me. Bug.
Hang on. Where's... Do I have haha? Yeah, I do. I haven't used the sound effect in God knows how long.
Bugs me. Bugs me. Bugs.
Here we go. Let's cut that out and add in some
Optimus
text.
Prime.
Bumblebee.
Select all. Oh shit.
God damn! I can't even believe I didn't even realize that. That was just. How did I miss that? How did I miss that?
You had the perfect line. You imbecile. You troglodyte.
Troglodyte was your line.
What bugs me is that Studio Series toys keep ignoring the inclusion of bot and con symbols. Like.
Wait a minute. Why is that wobbling so much? That is weird.
Inclusion of bot and con, ignoring the toys, keeping.
Okay, let's try upping that to maybe 50.
Ignoring the inclusion.
50?
Maybe 70?
Of bot and con.
Why is it wobbling? Why is it wobbling? This makes no sense. I'm just gonna put another.
Why are you running?
I have done that in a lot of things before, so it's all good. It's all G. It's all G like Goji, like Godzilla.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Studio Series toys keep ignoring the inclusion of bot and con symbols. Like,
there we go. That's more like it.
They're Transformers, right? Like they're.
There we go. There we are.
They're Transformers, right? I get not having symbols makes more sense from a disguise perspective, but the symbols are iconic. Torn for.
Okay. Okay, so now we need brightness and contrast. We need to turn up the contrast just enough. And now we need something stupid. We're gonna look up...
Me.
Ooh, Blowhigh. There's a Blowhigh behind me as well. Default dance. Is there a default dance that's like this? Show default dancing. Nah, that's not it. That's not gonna help. Is there a green screen icon that I can use? Hey, that's Dunban over there. That doesn't really work. That doesn't really work. Ah, well, I'll make it work. I'll make it work. It is my life's mission to put as many...
Make it work and like it.
It is my life's mission to put as many Xenoblade references in videos as I can to try and get people to play this awesome game. And I will continue to do so.
I need to search up my editorial base.
What's an editorial base?
You know, when I do my reviews and they have that little editorial in the beginning?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you have a base. Is your base not just in the same file you do everything else in?
No, I do everything separately. So alt mode, intro, transformation, robot, it's all different clips. Then I just compile them into one video.
I guess. I mean, I'm more saying... See, I just have it saved in the same file, and then I just clear out the stuff and put it back in the file.
Don't forget that! Because then I can focus on something.
The metallic blue is also a real treat. I don't know if this is a full application or just some clear blue PlayStation or just some...
Here we go. Now we bring this in.
I don't know if this is a full application or just some clear blue placed on top to retain the shininess.
There we go.
Or whatever method they used, this just looks lovely. The blue continues around the side, though its inclusion is a bit limited. This makes sense, though. It's accurate to the original car mode. This makes sense, though. It's accurate.
We need a ding sound effect. It's a machine that goes ding. Now.
But, Microsoft,
Nah. Maybe another day. That might be a cool thing to do later down the line, but...
Transform, and then I also do a clip that has all the articulation segments, because I keep wanting to upload them, and... let's see.
Ah, okay, so the Autobot symbol is actually accurate to the, film. So we're just going to do this. We're just going to bring that down. Come on. Come on. I need to go back to the symbol now and find it.
Placed on top to retain the shininess, or whatever method they used.
Here we go.
It's more sense from a disguise perspective, but... like, their transform... is that studio... I also love that they went to the trouble of including a tiny...
Ah! No! Yeah, let's move that down. Okay, so now we need to bring this down and write what we need to write, which is... Admittedly, it was probably just because... I think they only did this because it was accurate to the film. Admittedly, they probably only did this because it is accurate to the film. And we add a faded shadow to that. It's in the corner there. It's behind the text. You can't see it, but it is there. And we're going to add a sound effect to that. So there we go. Bring it down. Add a random sound effect. Don't know what we're doing there. There we are. Hooray! Where are we? Of course you recognize what it was. Here we are. Here's where we're up to.
So although more blue would be more striking, neither vehicle mode fans nor Porsche would be happy with such. At least this frees up the budget to add orange headlights, which, yes.
Fuck this, fuck.
Yes, these look wonderful. Sadly, the hubcaps aren't painted, which is a real shame, but hey, at least they added taillights completely in red.
Zoom in a bit on there.
You sound like you YouTube pooped yourself.
That's what I did.
Combined with how clean the back looks, this vehicle mode gives off a real premium feel. And honestly, I'd argue the clear plastic adds to that. It's not unpigmented like some of the earlier examples, which pigmented like some...
Okay, now I need to do one of the other Studio Series. Here we go. What's another Silver Studio Series car that they've done earlier? Let's see.
Soundwave, Sideswipe.
Soundwave, I have Series, Sideswipe, Dark of the Moon.
First movie Megatron.
Yeah, but doesn't have clear plastic.
Oh. Wait, you're looking for clear plastic? I thought you said silver.
No, I'm looking for a silver car that has clear plastic on it.
Oh.
It's a very niche thing that I need to talk about because of the context of this video, because everything is interconnected. There's a context for everything. Till next time! Lamau.
Trying to think.
Ooh, there we go. There we go. I got it.
I know they're out there, I swear.
Which leads to a very cheap-looking vehicle mode. They've also added a slight smoky dye to it, so it gives that clear look without making the thing seem like an Age of Extinction toy. Yes, I mean that in a derogatory manner. Yes, I mean...
I'm just gonna add in a what's a, no, let's go. I'm going to just pop a thumbnail there, because if I can pop a thumbnail to another video that people want to see, they can always go back and watch it. Just little things saying, hey, I have a video on this. KOE. AOE. There we go, KOAOE Prime. Yay! Here we go. Boom, 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 done.
That in a derogatory manner. I've honestly never understood the love for opaque.
Okay, so we're going to go that, and we're going to be zooming into the opaque plastic of the thing here. There we go.
Windows. The black ones are fine, I guess, but people always go nuts for the tune.
Here we are. Now we need to do select. Generation Select Standard United 5-pack. I've looked at that already. Okay, so we need to find the side swipe. Load! Load, damn it! Load! I am going to anger a lot of clear plastic haters, because a lot of people hate clear plastic, and I do not. And I'm very sad. Ah, well.
I was going to say me included.
Oh, no. Do you hate clear plastic?
Not my favorite.
Oh. Here we go. Here we go.
Tune style, especially with that Selects 5-pack, and honestly, I just think...
Okay, let's go. Let's go. Back to this. Let's go. Wait, hang on. Look at his paint on his thing here. His paint's been, like, painted over the eye. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Oh, they've done that so many times.
That's dumb. That is so dumb. Okay, where's the one with all the cars moving? There's the one with the cars moving. Here, this is what I'm looking for. This is the image I'm looking for. We can save that. And, we can... chuck it in here with some 3D effects. Here we go. Basic 3D. Don't particularly hate it, but some... Yeah, I mean, I get why some people do, but... I don't know. Actually, I think I already had this photo, so I don't know why I re-downloaded it. I could have just reused it again. But I will, doesn't matter. So we're just gonna... bring it in, move it around, so that it's moving through a 3D space. And bring it in a little bit too, so it can go across the whole thing. So it looks a bit like this.
Especially with that Selects 5-pack, and honestly, I just think it looks ugly. As such...
There we go.
So I'm glad the live-action portion of Studio Series is retaining this at least. And I'm also glad this figure did them in a fairly decent way, going all the way to the back of the car with minimal panel interruption. You have no idea how annoyed I get when they...
That's probably a good part to do it, and we're gonna go for...
You have no idea.
I do have an idea, because it's me! Actually, I need to add some sound effect in there, because otherwise the joke won't really make much sense. Here we are. So now we go for that, and it goes all the way down to the bottom here. And with this, here we go. Here we go. So now we just go, we can delete that as well and just zoom in, move to the side there, and now we scroll down, turn up the contrast to the full, and now we bring it to the end, and here we go. Now it looks like this.
I have no idea how annoyed I get when they cheap out on the back windows and make it painted in comparison to...
Wait, it stops too early. It stops too early, damn. Stops too early.
You ruined it!
Everything else. It always looks jarring, so I'm glad they've done this in this format. Even if it may cause some...
Okay, now I need to find some footage of the arms. I need to bring in some footage of the arms to move. What?
Hey, can I ask for help?
What with?
I am 2 subscribers away from... I just bumped up 30 subscribers.
2 subscribers from where?
So, yesterday I was at like something 1,042. Today now I'm at something 1,070. So if I get 2 more subscribers, I bumped up from 30 subscribers all of a sudden.
Everybody watching this stream, go subscribe to T-Fan Page 101 if you haven't already.
Yeah, I hate self-promotion, but like, yeah.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. It's all good. Now, there should be the arm stuff here. Where's the arms? The clear arms, the clear arms, the clear arms. There we go. There we go. That's what we're looking for.
We're just 2 guys editing our own stuff together.
We've done it. Okay, so now we can take this, put the stabilizer on it, and also bring it down to size 70. And this is where we have the frame. The overlays also have the frame. If it's down to 70, goes right there in the frame. Switch that to that in a nested sequence. There we go. The nested sequence is a sequence inside a sequence. Okay, and now we're going to turn the opacity up to 50 so that... Actually, no, let's make it 30. So you can still sort of... No, still can't see it. 50, you can just see it, so that should do it.
Not necessarily issues later on, but definitely oddities. Overall, it's a pretty nifty vehicle. A lot of what he does well has been seen in Studio Series before. I mean, there's been a shit ton of well-done silver cars in the line, but it's always nice to see these boons return on a recent
Okay, here we go.
And one thing that he does that a lot of those examples don't is weapon story. Those examples don't.
And this is going to have a nice zoom in. Also, wow, you are really going hard on that keyboard.
And one thing that he does that a lot of those examples
You're really going hard.
is
yeah, I can hear ka-tunk, ka-tunk, ka-tunk.
Sorry.
The gun stores underneath, and it doesn't interfere with anything else. They didn't have to do this, but they did, and it's quite lovely. All in all, as far as
oh, here we go. Here we go. Now we need to do the dimensions. So one thing I always hate is size comparisons don't really show you anything about the figure. So what I do is I actually measure it. So now we need...
You fucking maniac.
So now we need to skew. Uniform scale. Skew. We can move that to... Actually, no, it should be skewed the other way first. We need to skew it that way first.
Whoop.
There we are. And now we need to skew the width. It's skewing, it's not skeuomorphism, but that gives the faux 3D effect so that that's there. We move 2 frames forward and we skew the other one. So we take another measurement. Oh, we already done that. Another transform. Skew. Muoviti, muoviti, muoviti. And it's skewed in the wrong way. It's at the wrong angle, so it looks weird. That works. Now we make it wider. And that should cover the whole thing. Now we copy that skew there. And we move 2 more. And we need the height measurement. So now we add the transform to that, skew it at the right height, and we move it into place. And we... No, not with its height. Bit across.
You're gonna hear me clicking a bit.
That is very heavy clicking. Like, Jesus. And there we go. That's it. We've done it.
Not normally that loud. Weird.
Okay, and this is where we do everything else. So I have a measure, a tape measure, and I use this to measure everything. The tape measure's fucking broken. It's supposed to retract. So, yeah, I'm going to show you how I get the text. So I always use a transformers text. This is what I use for both the thumbnails and for the measurements in the video. It's just cool text, and it's called the gunmetal logo. And you can just keep doing it. We're going to keep that because that's going to be what we're using. But let's measure...
My cat just popped right into a box.
Lamau. We're going to just measure, so it's from about its widest point. It's about 8.5 centimeters wide. 8.5 centimeters. We're just going to measure the robot mode first, so we only have to transform it one. Damn, it's in the wrong thing. We need to make sure it is size 200. That is more like it. Come on. I said 200. There we are. That's more like it. So we're going to save this as robot's width. So we can come back to that later and use it later. And there we go. And next up we have... It's 12.5 centimeters high. So 12.5 centimeters.
Damn.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Weather boy.
And now we're going to transform it back into the robot vehicle mode so everything functions. Here we are. Now, I think the top transforms first. The top transforms first, but Mirage is a bottom. I will not elaborate further, but everybody knows. Come on, Jesus. Could you get it?
I gotta put in that scraping sound.
Oh, the rock scraping? I have that. I just don't.
No, I can't find that. I don't know why.
The one from which one? The one from Minecraft, or the one that they're using all the videos, or which ones?
I used just my typical one that I use in my reviews.
Because I have the one that I found the one that all the YouTubers used. I just looked up rock scrape sound effect, and I just popped it in there.
See, I tried to find that, but for some reason it just never showed. Let's see, 1.
I can send it to you.
2, 3. If you can?
Of course.
If you can't, then I'll be mad. No.
Let's see. Let's see if I can find it. Where's the editing files? Peeling back the curtain even more. This is where I keep all of my things. Sound effects. Where's the rock scraping? Come on, load. I promised I would give it to Brian here. Come on.
You can send it to me later. I'm not using it right now.
Wilhelm. Here we are. Here we are.
Wilhelm scream I have. I think everyone has that. There it is. That's the sound.
Yes, it is. I now...
Oh, wait. No, I do have that, actually.
Well,
sorry.
Well, I just sent it to you. Oops.
Well, I need to retitle it anyways, so...
Lamau. YouTube sound effects are great. Isn't that sound from Ed, Ed, and Eddie? Perhaps. It's probably from a sound library. There's a lot of sound libraries that people just grab things from. And they pay a shit ton of money for the sound libraries, and then every program uses it. That's how Wilhelm Scream became popular, because it was in a sound library, and then everyone kept using it, and then it became memeable, and then all the sound engineers said, I want to use this as well. Then film buffs are like, this is being used in everything, and it started getting used in parodies and a whole bunch of other things. And now some people say it's overused, and I do not agree with them, because the Wilhelm Scream is awesome.
It's awesome, but usually when you use it for a parody, if you're trying to make a scene serious and you start using it, then it's like kind of dumb.
Yeah, you say that, but in the film Nope, they use the metal pipe falling sound in the Akira slide. You know, the dong 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 dong. You know that one. The meme.
Yeah, but that's also not really as old as the Wilhelm scream, or not as immediately I can figure it out.
But the Wilhelm scream can be pretty cool as like a background thing. This is a little Easter egg. There we are. Mirage is in his car mode. Now it's time to... Okay, so did we do in Mirage robot width and robot height? Yes, so we're all good. Now we need the car width, height, and... So car length is... Also, it's about 12.8, I would say. 12.8 centimeters. It's about the length of the car. I'm not that precise. Okay.
My favorite part of footage that I hate filming for, but I love the result, is the turntables.
The turntables are pretty easy on my end. That's 5.5 centimeters. 5.5 centimeters. Look. Width, car width.
I just hate lining up the figure, but I love how it turns out.
My least favorite part is the articulation. Editing is just a... Actually, no, the audio is my least favorite editing part. The audio sucks.
Yes. Oh my god.
There we go, and now we don't need this
anymore.
Even when
I use video.
Well, I don't, and I still have to use this in a very weird way. I don't know how much further I'm going to take this stream, to be honest, because, you know, it's already a very long stream, and I might end up...
And we have to get up later.
Yes, we do. You down for it still? I think it might just be us two.
I'm sure I am.
Cool, easy, sweet. Nah, because the others are all at TFCon.
I don't know how I'm going to get to your place for it.
Actually, before I forget... I'm going to put in the pop sound effects because these need to go pop, pop, pop as they pop on the screen. So I'm just going to pop those in there.
I like the way they pop.
Pop, pop, pop.
Okay, Shatter, I like the way they pop.
Okay, well now we're going to transform that with that, and it's going to be 70 small. And actually, let's maybe oh no. Let's maybe make that a little bit shorter, because that looks a bit weird when skewed. We'll bring that in. And yeah, that where does that look well? Can we maybe make this... No, the skew needs to stay the same, the width needs to go for... Can we scooch that in there? Yes, we can. And yeah, you can't see shit now, because it looks like it's very dark, but you can, you will be able to see very shortly. Don't worry. Trust me. I got this. I got this. I got this. I
don't think he's got it.
Wait a minute. That was the length. No, I need the width first. The width goes first.
I don't think you got it.
I do. I just fixed it. But now we can upscale the width a bit more. And now we take the actual length. It's because I named everything wrong and I buggered it up. There we go. Skew. Hey, I said skew. And it's...
Stewie.
Skew, not stew.
Brian.
The skew is completely wrong. It's supposed to be 36. That's why it's so weird. Okay, so we're good here. And now we we turn off the uniform scale and scale it to the right width. We can now pop that there. And make sure that's there. And now the height is ready. Transform with the same height down to 70. And maybe bring the width down a bit more. Move that. There we are. And now we nest all of this so we don't have to worry about doing all of them individually, because now we can just snip all of that together. Drop that away. Drop that away. Drop that away. Add the what I call is dimension recolor. It's basically a brightness and contrast preset. I've saved that. Makes it much more visible. Faded shadow. There. Now you can see the dimensions nice and clearly and read them. Peter Griffin. Oh, that reminds me. I need to go get my tea. I'm gonna get my tea.
Tier.
I'll be back.
Griffin. Calm down. Fuck. Yeah, sorry about the clicking. I know I'm angering people. Guys, I think DrLockdown had a stroke. His channel is mine now. And you're gonna hear all this clicking all day long. I just want you to know that you reap what you sow. I'm gonna try and be there and stream if I'm awake. Unfortunately, I have work in the morning. Otherwise, I'd be definite. Yeah. Oh, God, my throat. I was doing a whole video for, what was it, the lockdown, the other figures that got revealed recently, and my throat kept messing up. Cat, what are you doing? Little baby kitty cat. If DrLockdown doesn't come back in the next 15 stellar cycles, I will be forever depressed.
Ah, there we are.
I don't think he's coming back. Oh, there he is.
I have no idea what he was saying. There we are.
No, I wasn't saying anything important. I was just issuing a little challenge for your viewers.
Well, you know it'll all be here when it gets back. Also, why is that there? Anywho, I'm almost done with this part.
So it's a well-rounded package. But of course, that's not where my... Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
There we go. And we're going to move that in.
That's not where most of the complaints come in. See, unfortunately, many collectors never even made it to the vehicle mode. So a third of this figure's brilliance tends to get down.
And we're going to move in a little bit more because we're going to have that.
Downplay.
Maybe reframe that a little bit.
But is the conversion actually that? Is the conversion...
I think a zoom's good here. Zoom is probably good here.
But is the conversion actually...
At this point...
What is the conversion? Certainly evil.
You and evil. Evil this, evil that. Brian versus the Evil Dead. Okay.
Thanks, my mom cut my hair.
Okay, so, I think I might just finish up the transformation, and then I might just end the stream for the day, because I don't know why, but this is taking quite some... Actually, it's 5 o'clock. I might end the stream for now, and yeah, because I do have another stream to prepare for later.
Fine, just leave me in the dust, I guess.
Nah, haha. But...
No, I get it, that's fine. I'm boring and shit, you know.
One thing I will do first is the conversion. The same thing applies here. So first off, we need to get these aligned properly. So let's zoom in and turn off snap to grid. We're going to line these up properly.
Speaking of turn off notifications.
Yeah, no, that I will not do on my channel. I will not. There, they're lined up. So now we can get rid of the original. And we can add the, whatchamacallit? What do we call this?
We had the fireplace on today, and my kitty cat was just watching the fire.
Oh.
Her face was bright orange.
Here we are. So, we do the same thing we did earlier. Minus 10, 10, and the limiter. As per usual, works really well.
Studio Series has been a line that...
Oh, that's the rest module. So now that that's done, we can chop that in, chuck that in, go to the transformation, plug this in. And now we also have to render the audio again. Because now this needs rendering audio. Because everything needs rendering audio. It's very annoying.
Everything needs audio. You need audio.
Premiere Pro is very, very silly. There we are. There we go.
Let's see. Studio Series, Warfare Subjump, Bumblebee, Barricade, Cliff Jumper, and that would be the Optimus Prime files. Finally found the toy images for it.
Yay.
Honestly, I'd argue no.
Wow, that is really, really echoey. That is way more echoey than I expected. But I'll have to deal with it.
Honestly,
I need a new boom mic. I need a new lavalier mic.
Honestly, I'd argue no.
Why is it so echoey? Jesus.
Honestly, I'll argue shit. That's not what I'm saying. I'm tired.
As am I. But I will move forward.
I will survive.
Honestly, I'd argue.
And this is where we bring in the music. And I was thinking of maybe changing it, but I don't think I will. I don't think I will change this. And I think it was 25.
You know.
This is Phantom from Persona 5, the original film. It was the original menu music.
A lot of people claim this is the worst conversion that Studio Series... A lot of people claim this...
Really? That's the worst?
Well, if you listen to some people on Twitter, it is.
A lot of people claim this is the worst conversion Studio Series has ever given us, and I just can't agree.
Here we go, zoom in on that.
It's worse than Barricade?
No, that's what they say.
At least I've never had any issues with it. At least I've never had any.
See, look at the flubs. Look at the flubs.
At least I've never had any issues with it personally. The real trick is to do the bottom half of the body first, and then that gives clearance for the entire top half.
Okay, I need to put in a joke here.
The real trick is to do the bottom half of the body first, and then that gives clearance for the entire top half.
We're now going to make a joke here, because I can't resist it. The joke opportunity is too great.
To do the bottom...
We need to do this. We need to do this. We need to cook. We need to cook, Jesse.
Jesse, we've got to cook. Jesse, we've got to make House of Cards.
Oh.
Calm down, you're scaring the whites.
Okay. Where's the opacity? Where's the opacity filter? Opacity. Ah ha ha. There we are.
Bottom half of the body first, and then that gives clearance for the entire top half.
Hee 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 hee.
And do take your time, because this entire section here isn't...
Here we go.
Top half. And do take your time, because this entire section here is in clear plastic. And do take your time. It's mostly...
Here we go.
And take your time, because you're drunk and you're cut off.
Do take your time, because this entire top section here is clear plastic. It's mostly durable, at least from my own experience, and I have heard some conflicting things.
Here we go. Here we go.
It's mostly durable, at least from my own experience, and I have heard some conflicting things.
Oh, hi, kitty.
Is the cat there?
I have heard some experience, and I have heard some. But as always, just take it easy.
And
Don't
she
rush
decided
it.
to crawl on my lap. Oh, and purrs.
But as always, just take it easy. It's not the ice cream truck going around the block. It's still going to be here. Don't rush it. The toy's not going. Don't.
Here we go. Just bring.
Can we give a shout out to my cat?
The toy's not going anywhere.
You have a chat. Lovely.
Going anywhere.
Shout out to Luna.
It's not the.
Shout out to Boomer.
You get back.
Shout out to Dex, even though he's a dog.
So the first thing you want to do is bring out. the feet, just so you got clearance.
Can't get off my laptop.
It sounds crazy over at your end.
It's my living room.
Lamau.
Get back. So the first thing you want to do is bring out the feet.
And they think they can all just free roam.
Come to the top and separate the end. Come to the top and separate the entire room.
And this is how we do the transformation. We basically just cut it up like this. This is also how we do the Legendary episodes. Exactly the same.
Come to the top and separate the entire roof. That will then allow you to unclip the...
Break it apart, put it back together, and they're built to rule.
That'll then allow you to unclip the leg from there. And the same on the other side.
And that is it.
And the same on the other side. And you'll notice in there that the waist is actually on a hinge.
And we bring that across.
And you'll notice in there that the waist is actually on a hinge. So you sort of just yoink the hinge down. That gives a little bit more clearance.
And we just keep doing this, and keep doing this, and keep doing this.
So you sort of just yoink the hinge down.
If I start sounding like I'm far away, it's because I'm under a blanket right now.
Nice.
I'm very cold.
Oof.
What are you editing, fan page? I'm editing a review for the Studio Series Gamer Edition Optimus Prime.
They should come to the bottom, the feet flip out like so.
Jesse, we need to cook banana bread.
Here we go.
It should allow you to start transforming the rest. Come to
and here we go.
The rest. Come to the bottom, the feet flip out like so.
Someone said the axle grease and lockdown feet look like clown shoes, and I'm like, what?
I mean, that mold does have big feet, but I don't think it's bad.
So, take said feet and make sure they're unclipped if they haven't been already. You should have done it at the start.
Not really bad for the mold.
I think the mold was designed for lockdown, and axle grease was just a pre-design.
Oh yeah, I mean, look at all the weapons. Look at the spikes on
it. And bring the feet
it.
around like so. Take the wheels, they're on double hinges, and you want to bring them back just like that.
There we go. There we are.
Take the wheels, they're on double hinges, and you want to bring them back just like that. So you see they sort of come in and backwards, just like so. So in and that. So
it would be weird. It's like having a dedicated paraglide mold and not making a paraglide, or having a dedicated crankcase mold and not making a crankcase.
Or having a dedicated hound mold and only making detritus.
Haha.
Take this panel here and rotate it down.
Is it bad that part of me kind of wishes we didn't have hound?
That would be funny.
So, take this panel here and rotate it down. And bring the Porsche logo panel down like that.
Here we go. And this is how the transformation basically works. Easy peasy.
Down like that.
Now you can do it yourself.
And now you should have clearance for everything else. What you want to do is take this.
And yeah, sometimes do it out of order. And I just want clarity above all else. Clarity is the most important thing I want to get across in this.
And now you should have clearance for everything else. What you want to do is take this and separate it off the top. Flip this down on its double hinge like so. Flip.
Don't get why some people might... Look, a lot of people wanted Lockdown to be a tool or an original mold or out of another one. And I kind of get where they're coming from, but, you know, it still works.
Flip this down on its double hinge like so.
You're also not going to get that from exclusives, because they rarely ever do that.
Rarely. It happens occasionally, but then people get really mad and they have to re-release it later down the line.
Oh, should snap into place nice and solidly. These sections untab from the sides.
Yeah, would you rather a mold that you can't get anywhere because they didn't have too many releases for it?
Some people would.
These sections untab from the sides, which will then allow you to unclip the wheel and...
I'm really hoping the rumor of Ramjet is true.
It probably is. It probably is.
Which will then allow you to unclip the wheel and bring it up, and then bring this out on its sort of hinge there.
And there we go.
And then bring this out on its sort of hinge there.
Here we are.
Come to the front, take this middle section. Come to the front, take these two side sections and push them out of the middle. Come.
You see how many flubs and how much I have to edit out? There is so much footage on the cutting room floor, even when I plan exactly what I need.
Come to the front, take these two side sections and push them out
the front
of the middle. That will form the torso, which you just bring down.
You should just leave it all in. Have one extensive review.
The middle. That
get all the midway ads.
Down. Push these two parts together and clip it into place there. Push.
There we go. There we are.
Push these two parts together and clip it into place there, forming a nice bra. Mirage has indeed been on HRT. We stand. Yeah, we can easily tell Mirage has been on HRT.
Yeah, I added in that joke, and I did check with some of my friends to see if it was okay first, but they said it was fine.
Yeah, we can easily tell Mirage has been on HRT.
I wonder. I know what I can do.
Yeah, but you didn't ask me if it was fine.
Are you trans? I know what to do. This is gonna be funny. This is gonna be funny. I know this is gonna be funny. This is gonna be funny. We're gonna do something funny. We do a bit of trolling. We do a bit of trolling on this channel.
We do a little bit of trolling.
Come on, open up Photoshop. Open up. Work with me here. We are going to do one of these cutaway gags. So first off, let's just do a quick and dirty mask so that we can basically just go actually here we can just probably go like that. Actually here we can probably just go underneath. Doesn't need to be perfect. Yeah, that'll do. It's literally just for 1 second, so it's not going to matter. And then we just get rid of that. And now we just copy. We now just crop, image, crop, file, save as. Not as a web EP. No, fuck that. We'll do it as a Photoshop file.
Ew.
Because Photoshop files are good. Now we go back to this. This will be funny. This will be funny. Eh? Where is it? Oh, it's on the other screen. The approval is on the other screen. God damn it, that is so dumb. That is so dumb. That is so fucking dumb.
I like how my little cat gets the big bed and my big cat gets the small bed.
Priorities. Okay, so we're just gonna line that up in front of the face. Line that up in front of the face.
Hell, it's not even a big bed, or not only a big bed, it's the dog bed.
Lol.
And she's a small cat.
Lamau.
Aren't you, Luna? Huh? You fucking freak. You're a freak.
Oh my dear. And now we're just going to nest that so that we can zoom in without having to do anything crazy. And now we get that in, and we zoom in. This is going to be funny.
Yeah, we can easily tell Mirage.
This is going to be funny.
Yeah, we can easily tell Mirage has been on HRT.
Lamau. Lamau. Oh, reception.
Click these into place.
Actually, I'm going to check to see if I managed to get to that subscriber count.
Like so.
Reception. Go subscribe to T fan page right now. I order you.
Oh my god, it bumped up 10. So yeah. It was 26,942. It's at 26,980.
Nice.
So I'm 20 away from getting 27,000.
The waist rotates around 180 degrees.
You have followers, I swear to God.
Me?
Yes.
I guess. I'm just having fun.
The waist rotates around.
I'm just a simple man.
Trying to make my way in the universe.
And then you take that double hinge there and lock it into place.
There we go.
And then you take that double hinge there and lock it into place.
And you take the moon, and you take the moon.
And you take everything that seems like moon.
This part can rotate backwards.
I see that you're subscribed to reception. I see it, boy.
Backwards. Allowing you to make use of the double hinge here that slots this behind the head.
There we go.
Allowing you to make use of the double hinge here that slots this behind the head. Just sort of slots there. Just
maybe get rid of that. We don't need to rearrange that.
Last but not least, we have the double hinges here that push that back into place, and it sort of locks in satisfying.
I got him.
And there we go. Honestly, I wouldn't do the transformation if people didn't keep asking for the transformation. Apparently, a lot of people like to see a full walkthrough of this, and it kind of confuses me, but okay.
Last but not least, we have the double hinges
Ejector
here
or erector?
Place, and it sort of locks in satisfyingly.
Transformation.
And we're done. And satisfyingly. And we're done.
Here we go.
With a lot of really complex...
Lol. Oh, it's reception. I didn't see it was the chat there. Lol. Although definitely go subscribe to reception.
And we're done. With a lot of really complex conversions that a lot of people hate, I can at least empathize with the issues. Even if I don't agree, I can... Even if I don't agree...
There we go. There we go.
Even if I don't agree, more often than not, I can see where the people are coming from.
Okay, here we go.
That was a joke? No, I'm taking it seriously.
People are coming from. But genuinely, I don't understand how this conversion is supposed to be difficult.
Ejector. Oh, the scout. Okay.
I do have erector.
Coming from. But genuinely, I
have
don't
erection.
understand how this conversion is supposed to be difficult. It's exactly the same as all the other previous Studio Series Deluxes.
Okay, and at this point we need...
It's exactly the same as all the other previous Studio Series Deluxes.
At this point I think we'll use footage from some of the other Deluxes, which I should already have in my footage. So exactly the same as all the other Studio Series Deluxes. Here we are. We just pop that in. Exactly the same.
It's exactly the same as all the other previous Studio
There we go. There we are.
Series.
And now we need to go back and get some of this.
Some delicious footage. That's also the main reason why I do it in separate clips, is because then I have all the footage
same as all the other previous Studio Series Deluxes.
It's easier to find.
Perhaps. I just have it backed up, so it's all good.
Yes, it's a panel former, and yes, it has clear parts, but it's the same as all the... Yes.
There we go.
I love that jazz.
Yes, it's a panel former.
That jazz is quite nice.
And yes, it has clear parts, but it's the same as all the rest. I honestly don't know what you were really expecting at this point. I don't know what you were really expecting at this point.
Yeah, if they don't make Cybertron Red Alert, then what the hell?
I think it was leaked for next year.
At that point.
It's not the best conversion I've seen in the line.
There's been no... There was a listing for Armada Red Alert, but no Cybertron Red Alert. I think that's going to be the next Walgreens.
It's not the best conversion I've seen in the line, and it's not the conversion I've seen in the line, and it's not quite as good as Umezu's other works, but still... But still...
Okay, so Umezu's other works. I'll need to figure out something else to put there. I don't know what I'm going to put there yet, but I'll put something there. Kind of think of it, Umezu's other works. I have to get one of Beachcomber, because Beachcomber is pretty good, or... Yeah.
I love that Beachcomber.
That Beachcomber is so good. Yeah, a lot of people are like, Power of the Primes is better, and I don't get it.
His other work, it's pretty alright. I'd happily...
The Power of the Primes is cute, but...
I'd happily do it again.
Yeah, I don't like the proportions on that Power of the Primes one, and I think it's a bit too simple.
I'd happily do it again.
And that is it. The transformation is done. I guess last but not least, this is why we have the rest module. We come back, and we pop this here. And yeah, it's still a 28 minutes. So we're at the 9-minute mark, so we pretty much have to do 20 minutes. Probably get cut down to 10, so we're probably looking at a 19-minute video. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I think I might leave it there, though, because I've been streaming for about 3.5 hours, and if I continue, this is probably going to be another 3.5 hours on a 6-hour stream. I don't think I can do that. That's a bit much, considering I'm streaming a bit later, so... Yeah. I reckon...
Yeah, also, I'm bored. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I think I might call it quits for the day, because... That was pretty good. I managed to get a bunch done, but I reckon I'll probably have to do another one on Sunday and release it the following weekend. But no, that is decent progress. Thank you, the few of you that have shown up to, you know, watch the stream. I know there didn't get as much done as I was hoping. Yeah, the time zones and everything, that is pretty difficult. Probably do it at the same time on the Sunday, if I can. I'll aim for Sunday at the same time, roughly. Yeah. 5:30. Oh, yeah. It's the same for Chris and myself at the same time. If you'd like this, make sure to check out the other live stream I got for the fan first thing. Nothing new is probably going to get shown, but still, it's going to be pretty good. Thanks for joining me, fan page, again, and I guess I'll see you later tonight in, suppose, about 10 hours' time. I'm not going yet. I have to wait for the whole Patreon thing to finish up. Yeah, nah. And you go ham on your videos, because you've done insanely well. Anyway.
The Optimus, the Studio Series Optimus, is the 4th one I've done this week.
Which Studio Series Optimus? Is that 102?
The Gamer Edition.
Oh, fair. That's fair. I really want to do some more Rise of the Beast stuff at some point, but it's a matter of finding time. And now you can see why videos take so long. It's a pretty big and hefty process. It's not that simple, Lamau.
I constantly try to find shortcuts.
Oh, I do too. That's why I have so many, Anywho. But yeah, no. I managed to get this working well. So we're beyond the halfway point, or maybe at the halfway point, depending on its... I don't know what I'm going to use next for the music, but I'll figure out something else for the music and go back and fix up the other footage. All will be well. I really need to speed up this. Hopefully, yeah. Chris Carnegie says, well done on the jump in subscribers. Yeah, I'll probably... let's aim for Sunday around the same time. We'll aim for Sunday at the same time. Get this continuing. Hopefully everyone will be back from TFCon by then, but unlikely. Unlikely.
Yeah, I think they're going to have a good time at TFCon. Ooh.
If it was anything like TF Nation, it'll be very fun.
Ooh, I hope you guys have fun, without us. Ooh.
Yeah, fair enough. Anywho.
Yeah, have fun with Jobby and all that.
They will... Maybe they'll hop in tonight. They might want to hop in tonight on the thing, but I doubt it. But that's fine. That's fine.
I doubt it.
Yeah. Anywho. That should do it. I'm going to call it quits, so... Thank you everyone for joining. See y'all later.
Bye!